Let's do it. The Travis and DeMarco Show. Your Wednesday right now.
Yeah. Hoosiers. I think that's how you want to say it. Hoosiers. Yeah. That's it's not good for UCLA that the Hoosiers coming to town might be there. Hey, we better get this one.
You better get this one. Wow.
This could be one of our few opportunities
Remember
coming.
when they used to be scary?
UCLA?
Yes.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
When's the last time they were scary? What, Cameron Dollar?
Oh.
Or after that?
You're going basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
No, they were good a couple of years ago with Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah, they went to the Final Four.
I'm talking scary.
That was a good team.
Scary.
That was a good team.
They were
okay.
good.
Football scary.
Cade McNown?
Okay. Look at that face.
Right? Cade McNown, maybe?
Is that face because of how it ended?
Well,
because they were great for a minute, and then...
Well, they got hosed by the weather gods.
Yes.
Right?
Hosed by the weather gods.
The weather gods, and I'm not
At
a
the
UCLA
Playboy
fan.
Mansion?
No. No.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Different type of hosing.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. They were supposed to play Miami opening game of the season.
Yes.
There was a hurricane in Miami, so the game got postponed.
Yes.
UCLA wins all of their games. Then they're supposed to play Miami at the beginning of the season. They play them at the end, and Miami got real good over the course of the season.
Miami got warmed up.
They got warmed up and
yeah.
beat them. They could have gone to the national championship game because Miami,
that
the
was
weather
Bob
gods.
Toledo, right? Yes, that was one of the coaches I was happy to say no to.
They go through him so quick. Oh, did you say no to Bob Toledo?
I think he was recruiting for Oregon. I couldn't wait to say no to him.
Why did you say no to
He
the
didn't even get in the house. No. Absolutely not.
Take me through the process. DeMarco, we were very interested in having you attend the University of blank. What's the threshold?
I've been a Husky since I was a sophomore in high school. They just didn't know it.
Oh.
So I hated Oregon then. And I hate Green because Green was my rival high school. So it was two no's. And then he recruited my brother. So I talked to you on the phone. And you didn't remember my name.
Oh.
Yeah. So when he came back, no.
For 3.
Yeah. No. No.
Who else did you kick out of your house?
Actually, I shut recruiting down quick.
Did you?
I did. UCLA was so arrogant. Oh, my God. It's another Farr. He's going to be a Bruin. We got him. No, you don't. No, I'm going up north. Excuse me. I can't wait to beat you. And it turns out I never
Was it
beat
a
him.
Don James thing?
Don
Or just
James,
I want to go to Washington?
DJ came to recruit my brother, and the way our house was set up, I could hear everything from my room when they were in the living room. So
you had the glass against the wall?
Just sitting there listening. So I listened. I heard Joe Paterno was there. Barry Switzer was there. Okay. Everybody came from my brother.
How much money did Barry Switzer show up with?
I can't tell you that. Come on, man. I can't tell you that.
Okay, more or less.
Some coaches would leave bags.
More or less than 0 with Coach Switzer.
More. He was fun, though. He was the first coach and the only coach to ask for a drink.
Awesome.
But Mom was like, no. No.
It wasn't offered and he accepted. He said, hey, you got anything?
He asked for scotch. Yeah, we don't have scotch in here, man. No. This is Mom.
You know, I've said this before. I want to get to a point in my life where I don't give a damn. And
you're not there yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got kids in college. I've got a mortgage. I got to keep my job, right? I got to
work.
I got to work. Right?
Okay,
and I can't say no. I'm not doing it. I would love to where I'm trying to convince you to do something.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're offended by what I'm like. Hey, you got any scotch in this house?
There you go.
I want to hit that point in my life.
Hit the chair, lean back, almost put his feet up in our house. No, you're done. That's not going to work. No, you're not getting Andre Farr. That's not going to happen. DJ was
amazing.
so nice. He was respectful. He talked to my mom more, and I'm like, that's the guy you should go with. And of course, he chose Terry Donahue down here. Yeah, that's the way he went.
Oh my!
And
gosh.
I went north. Yes,
that is tremendous. Now, look, I've always kind of been anti Barry Switzer. Now I'm kind of on his side.
So much. Have you interviewed him?
Once, a long time
was
ago.
Was it after 5 o'clock?
He was.
If it was after 5 p.m., that's the best interview you ever had.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Is he just on the regs?
I mean, come on now, dude. You know.
No
after
wonder
5
Jerry
p.m.,
Jones
warmed
got
up.
along. Yeah, right. They're
After
probably
5.
clinking bottles of Johnny Walker Blue at 5:01.
In the morning, might be grumpy. After 5 p.m., loose and happy and fun. Yes, sir.
So speaking of after the next morning, a little grumpy. That is a very important part of the equation now. Moving like Post, it's about 40 years old. I don't know if you've hit this yet. Roars to you, by the way. Buenos dias, Jorge.
Buenos dias.
Hi.
Buenos dias.
That's Otani.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning to you,
Good
sir.
morning. Right.
Okay, I got to stop. Not because I want to stop, not because I don't want to turn this up a little louder. I'm going to feel terrible. Not just tomorrow. I'm going to feel terrible for a couple of days.
Oh, if you turn it up. If you throw the bottle too far over the fence. Yeah, that's okay. Well, that gets back to the, you have dams to give. You can always just say forget it and go buy an RV, move to Malibu, and just keep moving before they give you a ticket.
I don't think I could afford an RV in Malibu. Malibu's pretty expensive.
Just hit the coast somewhere. You're good.
Do you still have a couple of dams to give?
I do. I have a 9-year-old.
Yeah, see?
She's saving the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can she get here quickly?
To save the world?
Yes.
Save us? Yes. No. She is saving the world. She is literally the anchor. What's up, Emily? Why are you staring at me like that?
Nothing. I'm just smiling at you.
Are you really?
Gracious.
That looks scary, though. What are you doing?
I'll stop staring then.
Just give me the eye.
How are you looking at him?
Just like that.
Like this. I think it's because you can actually see me now. I asked Jorge to put the computer down.
Is that what it is?
So, yeah, you can actually see me now.
I usually see the top of your. That's it. Yeah. That's right.
I'm just looking at
He's
you.
Not particularly scary.
That's that coaching look, like I'm in trouble.
Oh,
see?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's not even the look. It's what they say, or more importantly, what they don't say.
This is true.
When you're just getting that.
Right. Yes.
Damn.
That's when I just leave the house.
My son got 200 bottles of bourbon.
Did you know my son has 200 bottles of bourbon? Yeah, no, just
Wait,
leave me
DeMarco,
alone,
you heard
Lenny.
this story? Were you here for the story?
No.
So
Okay.
I went on a little vacation with Susan a couple weekends ago. We went to Napa.
For the long
The
Labor Day
pictures you
weekend.
showed me.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So we were going through one of the wineries with other couples. We just happened to arrive for the same tour. Didn't know. And this one guy was big, like 6'6", 6'7" big, like a big older guy, probably in his early 70s.
Okay.
But a big dude. You could tell former athlete.
Something.
Yeah. Big guy. He was the only one there that was kind of grumpy. Like he didn't seem to be having a good time. He didn't seem to be enjoying himself at all. So we're going through and they're telling you, this is what we do with the grapes. This is how we ferment them in the tanks. This is when we put them in the barrels.
He's giving the tour?
No. The
the
docent
guy. He's
is
in the
giving
tour. Okay.
He's a tour goer like me.
Okay.
And
docents.
everybody is, that's what they're called.
Like a tour guide?
Yeah. Tour guide, docent, same thing.
A docent is a tour guide?
Like a host, the person that tells you about the thing.
Spell that.
A guide.
DOCENT.
I'm going to look that up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, we go into this one room where they actually put the wine into the bottle.
Yes.
Okay, where they take it from the tanks or the barrels into the bottle.
Neat.
And one of the bottles, like one of the vintages, they dip in wax so it seals like a.
Okay,
right?
seals the bottle.
Right.
Yeah.
So I say, like a bottle of Maker's Mark. Okay?
Nice.
Right? We've all seen that red
Of
wax
course.
that drips down the side
Yes.
of Maker's Mark. And this guy whips his head around and looks at me. And he hasn't said a word in
trigger
45
word?
minutes.
What happened?
And I look at him, and I'm, to your point about the look, I'm like, oh, what did I say something?
Yeah.
And these people are from Kentucky.
Okay.
Okay? So I said,
Now I'm really scared.
now I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And so we're walking back out of the bottling room down this hallway, and Susan's directly in front of me. I don't know these other people.
Okay.
Right? All of a sudden, somebody very aggressively grabs my arm, like this part of my upper arm.
Yes.
And like not painfully, but enough to really get my attention.
Squeeze.
And a half a second, I'm thinking, Susan's doing it, but I'm like, no, she's right. Like, who's grabbing me?
Yeah.
I turn around, and it's this big son of a gun.
Yeah.
And he hasn't said a word to me the entire time. Hasn't said a word to anybody the entire trip. Do you know my son has 200 bottles of bourbon?
Oh, my God.
Why would I know that?
I went,
How would you know
I
that?
went, no.
No.
I didn't. He goes, Maker's Mark's from Kentucky. I'm like, okay.
Thank you very much.
And now I'm his best friend.
Oh,
because
he connected with you.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And he kept talking to me about all these. He kept saying about his son's bourbon collection, and his wife is now shushing him the rest of the
You
trip.
didn't get a name?
I did.
That's
but I
giving
forgot.
off old lineman vibes.
He
That's
was
retired
this-
old lineman vibes.
They manhandle strangers for no reason.
Well, they don't know they're manhandling people. This is just how they reach out and touch. This is how he gets your attention.
They're benevolent
Andrew
giants.
Whitworth is going to be grabbing people in
He's
winery
different.
tours.
No,
at
he's
some
different.
point?
But some
He's
of these
like
guys need to be
Ferdinand the Bull.
civilized. Yes.
Orlando Pace would manhandle.
Different. Some of these guys need to be civilized and socialized. Like, this ain't how it works in the real world.
Who's a guy that would grab somebody in a winery? What are your teammates?
Ryan Tucker. Ryan Tucker, no doubt. And he would have no idea that what he just did was wrong. You just can't grab people
You don't
like
touch
that.
people you don't know.
Yes.
Or if you have to, very lightly on the shoulder, say, excuse me.
Yes. Okay, so he was
My
going
son
off.
has 200 bottles of bourbon.
Going off in a bar.
Okay.
We grab him, and he looks at us and goes, "You ain't my daddy."
Oh, no.
Right, exactly. So we let him go and we left. You know what I mean? Whatever happens is on you.
Yeah,
but
you're
yes,
on your own
You're
there,
on your
Tuck.
own, yes. So you might have met him. It might have been him. A lot of big linemen like wine. They really do.
No, well, I don't know if he liked the wine as much because he would kind of, it's like he was been in the desert for
He
a week.
wanted bourbon.
No, like you're
I
supposed
bet
to
that was
savor.
a pro. I bet that was a pro that just retired.
It wasn't because
Yeah.
he was, what did he do? They were in the asphalt business.
Asphalt
Yeah,
business.
and by the way, the winery we're
Very
at,
lucrative.
pretty nice place.
Asphalt is lucrative?
If you
Okay.
pave every road,
So
that
here's the
somebody's
thing.
got to pay for
So
it.
my
It's
friends and I have
government
talked about-
contracts.
Yeah.
My friends and I have talked about this. The most lucrative, like, places you can go into, or some of the most lucrative places you can go into, are very specific aspects of construction. Like, if you make asphalt, if you make cement, if you make, like, doors.
Yes.
Like, very specific things that are used in construction because, one, homes are being built all the time.
You're always
and,
indoors. Yeah.
And if you're the best at it or you're good at it,
Trav,
you're going to make a lot of money
let's
off
start
of
an
it.
asphalt company. Come on. Jorge, you in?
What
You
would-
in? Come on, Em,
What
you
would we
in?
call it, by the way?
Huh?
What are we calling our
I don't give a
asphalt?
damn asphalt. Come on, named itself.
Done.
Right. Let's
Do
go.
you know what's in asphalt? How to make asphalt?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
Jorge.
good.
Yeah.
Anybody? Yeah, Jorge. We're gonna need your guys.
I got a lot of guys.
We're gonna
that do
need your
that stuff.
guys.
Didn't
Come
your
on.
friend, or not your friend, someone you worked, you were at the in baseball? Doesn't he do like asphalt?
He doesn't. Yes. So he, buddy of mine. What up, Jeff? His dad owned a company. Did really well.
Yeah.
Owned a company where they would repave the road. So they would basically scrape off like the two or 3 inches of the road.
Oh,
Grind it up
And then
remix
repave
it
it.
with the tar and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and then lay down a fresh sheet.
yes.
Hard ass work, but very lucrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always mad when they do it because the freeway shut down, but I'm always appreciative after. Yes. Speaking, you said baseball. Baseball, aren't you happy now? I
look-
thought you'd be going nuts.
I don't like it when people recognize my happiness.
You are happy.
I am. That was what's not to be happy about,
just
which is what we
checking.
saw last night.
Okay.
Let's do it next. Let's talk about what made me happy on a Dodger game for the first time in a while. That's coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Baseball.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Everyone knows Earl Hershiser has won numerous awards for his performance on the field. But off the field, he's a great humanitarian.
Join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. The festivities kick off with a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. with Sedano and Cappy, followed by a roundtable with Hall of Famer and Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín, George Sedano, LAFC's own Ilya Sanchez, and the great Mario Ruiz. Don't miss this unmatchable event on Wednesday, September 11th. To reserve your spot and win a VIP pass, go to ESPNLA.com. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
Let's GOAT! Friday, September 20th at Crypto.com Arena. Tickets on sale now at GoldoverAmericaTour.com.
Escape to paradise at Terranea Resort on the breathtaking Palos Verdes Peninsula. Enjoy 102 acres of oceanfront luxury with panoramic Pacific views. Relax in style with a variety of accommodations from elegant guest rooms to private villas. Indulge at diverse dining venues and rejuvenate at the award-winning spa. Visit Terranea.com to book your stay today. Terranea Resort, luxury on the Southern California coast.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie, he's the real deal. Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Jacob is not afraid to fight for you. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or visit him online at calljacob.com. Jacob's the real deal.
Call Jacob.
This is the Rams Report, presented by ZipRecruiter. Here's Travis Rogers.
As the Los Angeles Rams start preparing for their Week 2 matchup again on the road against the Arizona Cardinals, the number one question has to be the health of not just one or even two members of the offensive line, but rather the entire line, other than guard turned center turned guard again, Jonah Jackson. Joe Noteboom, who was filling in for the suspended Alaric Jackson, had to leave the game early.
This is Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr. You know I have quite the history at ESPN LA, going all the way back to the mid-2000s when I did that weekday show on the station. Then I escaped to St. Louis. Then I came back when the Rams came back. It's been amazing to be a part of the Rams broadcast team since 2016 and on the station sitting in for all the shows. But it's an honor to get to be a part of LA's mega sports station starting 5 days a week. Coming up on Monday. Don't miss the debut of the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. Monday, 9 a.m. Be there.
Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Hey, 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 I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl, what's happening?
We've got our people on it, DeMarco. We've got 4 different logos to choose from for I Don't Give a Damn Asphalt
Really?
Company.
Already? Yeah.
Already.
Let me know.
We got 4 right here. There's 2. I like the one with the semi truck right here.
Oh,
kind
I
of
like
driving
that.
through it. The dump truck ones don't
Driving
speak
through
to
the
me.
asphalt?
Well, there's like a cloud of smoke
That's
or
us right there.
asphalt or something.
That is definitely us.
We need to change the color on that big rig. I don't want red.
I love red.
Let's do blue.
Yeah, I like red too.
Rochambeau. Come on.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
on 3, we're shooting.
1, 2, shoot.
Got it.
Okay. Ah, me.
Ah, damn. We got a
red truck, baby.
truck in our logo.
That's right.
This is where I would normally say 2 out of 3, but I don't like.
We'll be here all day.
Anytime. Dude and Slow says, oh, by the way, Porky put together those logos. Thank you for that, Porky.
Thank
These
you,
are all
Porky.
in the Trav and DeMarco community.
That's all,
We got to
folks.
come up with a name for that, by the way. We got to come up with a name for the Trav and DeMarco community.
Sweet T and Big D. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, there it is. Go to work, people.
Oh, there we go.
Dude, where have you been my whole life?
Right
Come
here.
on, let's go. Let's go. Company name, No Skin Off My Asphalt.
Perfect. Thank you. That could be our tagline.
That's a good name.
That's it right there. Yes.
Hey, can you do it? No skin off our
My
asphalt.
See? Sells itself. We'll be
I feel like
billionaires.
we need I'll take a 10,000 air. What is it? I don't
Thank
know
you.
what that is.
Come on.
Just
I'll
a
be the guy
little.
holding the stop sign.
By the way, that job
You're
seems
running
like
the
it would be
company.
terrible,
Bro.
right?
No, actually, I know somebody that does that.
Yeah. I know for like a day when you're hungover, that's probably not a bad job. But at
It's
some
actually the
point,
worst.
don't you want to turn the shovel?
It's actually the worst day.
Yeah.
It's
When
the
you're
worst
hungover,
job?
you're like- No.
Oh, when you're hungover.
He's like, yo, you don't want to be there.
Is that
I'm
a
just setting
punishment
up
deal or?
Nah, it's just part of.
It's just part of it.
It's got to be low man on the totem pole,
Yeah.
though, right?
I'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll find
Like
out.
every day, are you the same guy or do you
guy.
rotate?
Colin, if you're the
Same
stop
guy.
sign
Really?
guy,
I want to
call
be
in
the guy
right
that
now.
leans on the shovel on the side of
Probably
the road.
standing there right now. Just get on your phone. Call us in.
All right.
877-710, No Skin Off My Asphalt. Call
Shout out
us
to those
there.
guys though. They work under the sun and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that every day, I was happy, DeMarco.
Can I read this?
Yeah.
Yamamoto needed 15 pitches to strike out the side in the first inning.
It's pretty good.
That's like R&B for you right there. You're in love, isn't it?
Smooth.
Right. 15 pitches. 15 pitches to strike out the side. You said this would be, and we have hope for the World Series now, right?
This is very hard for me to say. I have nothing negative to add to what I saw last night.
Okay, nice. Out of him.
There's some stuff that didn't, but quite honestly, even though they lost the game and even though they had that terrible 8th inning defensively, which we'll talk about in a second, it was the best possible scenario to see him last night pitch like that. He was high velocity. He was unbelievable command. There was unbelievable swinging. He had 8 Ks through 3 innings.
Yes.
There was only 1 out recorded that wasn't a strikeout through the first 3 innings. And then he got the 4th inning on something like 12 pitches.
Dotton, yes.
He
seeds.
looked terrific.
98 on the gun is normal?
It's a little elevated for him, but
okay.
God, everybody in baseball throws 98 now, or so it seems. But he was terrific. My fear was that he would look pretty good, that his arm would be live, that he would throw hard, but that he would struggle with command. He would struggle with location. DeMarco, it was as good as you could have asked for.
I mean, I wish you would have got the win for him. I wish you wouldn't have blew it in the 8th.
Yes.
You know,
but that had nothing to do with him. Like the Dodgers, as bad as they were defensively last night, they're not going to do that a whole bunch. Now, you could lose a series if you have a game like that, but they're not a terrible defensive team. They're a slightly better than average defensive team. He was the takeaway from last night was Yamamoto was awesome. Full stop. That's it.
End of discussion.
For me, they've got a 4.5 game lead. They're going to win the division.
Yeah.
But the question is, can they win the World Series? And that answer is more likely yes today than it was yesterday because of him.
So you took a step towards the trophy, but I thought the Padres won, the Diamondbacks won, so they're still breathing down your neck. But you needed to see him pitch well for the playoffs, for the postseason. Okay, that makes sense.
If he pitches like that, they're going to win 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
That last night was the 10th time where the defense let him down. They're going to win if he pitches like that. The way that they lost last night. Now, okay, here comes regular Travis. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
The way that they're going to lose is because they were sloppy. They were sloppy defensively in the 8th inning. They made 3 errors. Muncy just was asleep at the switch. That was a big mistake.
Okay, explain the 8th. Explain what happened at third base with Muncy to me.
So, ball goes to center field.
Yes.
Right? Runner is going first to third. And the Edman is throwing to third base to try to get that runner.
Correct.
It's Rojas's job as the cut to try to keep the batter who got the hit from advancing to second base. Keep him out of scoring position.
And you do that
right? You do that by thinking that the ball might be cut off so you don't get hung up between first and second.
Right.
So he goes to deke the runner. Muncy's just standing there with his hands in his pockets, and he wasn't paying attention. He was out of position. He wasn't prepared. And he said, well, I thought he was going to catch it, which means to me, you kind of blanked it up.
Okay,
Because Dave Roberts, after the game, was like, no, third baseman has to catch that ball.
Did he start that sentence with, I thought?
Yes.
Done.
Right?
Right? Done. Yes, I thought. No. See, thought gets people hurt. You know what I mean?
Don't think, just play.
Just play. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, that's what that was. And then he let it get by him. It gets to the dugout, so everybody moves up. And then the whole thing just kind of snowballed on itself from there. It was a bad inning. That's one of the negative things that happened last night. The other one was they didn't score any runs that weren't produced by home runs. It's going to be they had 3 solo, now nearly 4. Crow Armstrong ended the game. That was awesome.
Isn't he from here?
Yeah.
That's that kid that's from Harvard Westlake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, half the major leagues are from Harvard Westlake now, it seems
half
like.
of everything is from Harvard Westlake. Yes,
You're right about
hell
that.
of a game by that kid. Yes.
He was terrific. He made 2 incredible catches. But look, you're going to face really good pitching. You're not going to get to face middle bullpen guys a lot. You're going to have to grind a run here or there. Mookie and Freddie and Ohtani and Teoscar and those guys, they're going to hit their home runs because they're good hitters.
Yeah.
But you're not going to win games 8-4 in the playoffs very often. You're going to have to win them 4-3.
What's their magic number? Do you know?
To clinch the division?
Yeah.
I can find out.
I mean, so you're expecting playoff baseball from this point on?
Well, he said...
I mean, you're going to have a stinker every now and then.
Roberts was talking about playoff mode. Like, he wants to be in playoff mode by now, and that's certainly not what they looked like last night.
Well, I'm glad that happened then, because sometimes this is a good thing when you screw it up this bad.
How so?
Because now you can talk about it and make sure that everybody's on the same page, because as you're chasing things, you got so many problems, you may forget to talk about the basics a lot. And now you have these issues happen. Now you can fix them and move forward. They'll never happen again. You hear coaches say this stuff all the time. That's my fault.
Yep.
It'll never happen again.
Yep.
For stuff like this. So be happy it happened now. So you might be in playoff mode, but now everybody will be in playoff mode.
That approach that they have, though, offensively, I don't want to turn Shohei Ohtani into Pete Rose. Okay, I don't want him to try to single through the left side.
Wait, gambling, hitting.
Oh, that's a bad.
You said Pete Rose. Wait. I think
Can I pick a different player?
He might be already there.
Can I pick Wade Boggs? Can I pick a different guy? Can I pick Tony Gwynn?
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody else.
Okay,
not
show.
Pete Rose.
You don't want to turn him into Tony Gwynn.
I don't want him to become Rod Carew. That's
Carew.
Who I want.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't want him to turn. I want him to hit home runs. I want Mookie Betts to hit home runs. I want Freddie to hit home runs. But there is something to be said of, hey, listen, there's some situational stuff. And I know it cuts against all the new math of baseball. I know it cuts against all the, hey, an out is an out. It doesn't matter if it's a ground ball to second base or a strikeout or a fly ball to the warning track. They're all outs.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, except for when a ground ball to second base can move a guy up to bring a guy in. A fly ball to the warning track can bring a guy in from third base. And I'm not saying...
When did you turn into Tony La Russa?
I'm not Tony La Russa. What I'm saying is, how dare you, by the way?
Men, not machines.
Right? There needs to be multiple ways to score runs.
Yes.
It can't just be, I hope my slugger slugs tonight. Well, what if he doesn't, we're just out from the jump?
You have to manufacture runs. You got to be
occasionally.
You have to be more than one-dimensional in the postseason, except if that guy is raking. Because I don't remember the Giants saying we need to manufacture runs when Barry Bonds was on the team.
No. Look, but Barry Bonds was a guy that was never not raking.
True.
You know what I mean? Like Bonds was locked in all the time. And I'm not talking about Ohtani and Betts changing. I'm talking about those guys a little bit further down. Can we make a little bit more of an effort to grind out some outs, to grind out some things that will produce some runs? Because last night was a really good example. They hit 3 home runs.
Yeah.
That's great. Nobody's on base. Right? They're just, there's, and part of it is when they come up and all these other things. But I just worry about really tight games against better pitching, mediocre defense, plus unless we run into some home runs, we're dead in the water. Yeah. That's a tough formula to execute 4 times.
But it was
in 7
enough
games.
Until you blew it. It was enough until you gave up 5.
3 runs is not going to win you a bunch of games.
you were in the lead. You had a chance to win. 3 home runs would have been enough if Max Muncy would have been awake.
He should have been awake.
If he would have had the coffee.
We'll see. The
Celsius.
3 home runs is not going to be enough.
It might have beat the Cubs last night. It might have beat the Cubs last night.
It didn't.
Because you blew it. Right.
5. That's the number. I don't need 5 home runs. 5 runs, you're going to win most every night. 4, 3, you're probably going to lose.
Okay. Well, that's as close as you're going to get to a moral victory in baseball. Because you saw what you needed to see for a World Series, but you lost.
He was phenomenal.
Yes.
And if you get Glasnow back and he's even a little bit like that, and by that I mean as close to his best self. Yamamoto looked like his best self last night.
Yes.
Not, hey, give him a little time. He's going to get this. It's like, it's right there.
I like Happy Trav, Em.
Yeah?
See, I like Happy Trav.
What about that other guy who was throwing in the bullpen last night?
Who was throwing in the bullpen?
M.
Oh, you're talking about Shohei.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing. Come on now.
I have a theory. What? I have a theory. I think there's one person that can get this across the finish line for Ohtani.
Who?
I'll tell you next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
The morning drive gets going with unsportsmanlike. Greeny has your top stories each weekday from 7 to 9 a.m.
Then, introducing
The Travis and DeMarco Show from 9 to noon. Mason and Ireland follow from noon to 3. And the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Sedano and Cap, 3 to 6.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
Join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. The festivities kick off with a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. with Sedano and Cappy, followed by a roundtable with Hall of Famer and Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín, George Sedano, LAFC's own Ilya Sanchez, and the great Mario Ruiz. Don't miss this unmatchable event on Wednesday, September 11th. To reserve your spot and win a VIP pass, go to ESPNLA.com. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
Hey guys, it's Sedano here. You know it's hard to find a good dentist for your kids, someone who they can trust and enjoy going to the dentist with. Luckily, we found Children's Dental Fun Zone. With 17 locations across Southern California, Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics. With state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your children deserve. To book your child's next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday, all in one place. Which means you can watch the Dolphins, and the Broncos, and the Lions, and the Cowboys, and the Jets. Or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game, every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
And it is the Travis DeMarco Show, your Wednesday, here on 710. Now, Anthony Rincon in the community, formerly known as the Travis Atuiwa Show, suggested the new name of the community on Twitter be Sweet Tea and Big D. And he also said I should say that on the radio and then end it with a bam. So, Sweet Tea and Big D, bam! I like the ring of that. The Travis DeMarco Show continues right now.
I don't hate it.
That's law.
Sweet Tea and Big D.
Big D, baby. I don't give a damn asphalt. Yes.
It does. It does.
Rhymes.
You're good at naming things.
See?
I don't give a damn asphalt and Sweet Tea and Big D.
I was the nickname guy for football teams. I would come up with nicknames for guys.
Give me one.
Just depends on who you are. I can't tell them all.
No, I'm not. Give me one that you can tell on terrestrial radio.
Some of them were private.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Jorge's nickname?
Jorge's perfect. He doesn't need one. You don't need one.
Okay.
It's the ones that need nicknames. See? I was that guy.
Like Sweet Tea?
And Big D.
I feel like you really like that part.
I
of the
love
name.
that part. Come on. Yes, sir.
That's the part that you're kind of leading into.
But you're teasing me. What are you talking about? Who was warming up on the mound? Who?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Otani threw another bullpen last night.
Yes.
Okay. I want to go back. I'm going to play this again, and I may cut it off before we get to the end. But this is I don't know if you know this about me or not, DeMarco, but I'm allowed to call Oral Hershiser my friend. He gave me permission.
Good.
So we're friends.
I would lead with that. Yes.
And he said this on Friday when he joined me in Beto.
The first thing that was outside of my wildest dreams, would there be no comments that he's not worth the money, that anybody signs for that contract, the historic contract, there's going to be at least 30% of the media is going to think that he's not worth it and what a stupid sign by the Dodgers. Well, you've never heard that. And then he jumps over every bar that you've thought of and adds stolen bases to his resume.
Here it
and
comes. Here it comes.
You know, he looks like, even watching his side works, and I know the Dodgers have said there's no way he'll pitch this year, but I wouldn't put it by anybody that all of a sudden, if the Dodgers needed something, the way he's throwing his side works and his flat ground, I don't know if he couldn't pitch in the playoffs, but that is completely off the table.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Here.
What? Come on. Oral said it.
What if?
Yes.
What if he continues to work, he continues to look good on the side, he continues to feel really healthy, and what if they do get into the postseason and Shohei Ohtani goes to Andrew Friedman, goes to Dave Roberts, goes to Brandon Gomes, goes to all the people that are in a position of authority and decision-making, and says, guys, not only am I ready, I want to pitch. I'm ready to go. I can't.
Shohei Ohtani says, I want to pitch.
I can't start for you,
Yeah.
but if you need 3 outs in a very specific situation, I'm here for you. I'm ready to go.
Then you let him pitch.
I think so.
Is baseball different from any other sport? If
What
the
do you
guy
mean?
says he wants to go out and pitch or go out and help and go out and
Well,
work,
I don't know if it's
you let him do it.
I don't know if it's a baseball thing. I think
Yeah.
it's an economics thing. Because the answer could be, listen, we appreciate it. We love you. we just spent $700 million on you to do both of these things for a very long time. I'm not putting that investment at risk for this.
But you
I'm not
need
saying it's
a
the right-
pitcher for a World Series.
Look.
You need a pitcher to win a series, to keep you in the World Series hunt. You're going to tell him no?
It keeps coming up. And this is why I'm not slamming the door on it.
Yeah.
Orel Hershiser is a really smart guy.
I would say so.
Very plugged in.
I think he knows pitching.
He wouldn't just kind of say that for no reason, I don't think. And
Okay.
again, he says it. He goes, the Dodgers say no way. So he's not breaking news, but that he's saying, guys, he looks really good. Watching him, I didn't like watch his bullpen last night, but every time he throws in the bullpen, it shows up online on Dodger accounts.
Has anybody asked him about pitching this year?
He doesn't really talk to anybody about anything other than kind of cliches and rote answers.
I mean,
but
has anybody said, do you want to pitch?
Somebody
In
should
whatever
ask.
language you need to say it in.
Somebody should ask.
So he could answer the question, like, how do you
What's
feel
the
about
answer?
pitching?
But what's it like? Honestly, okay.
Shohei, how do you feel about pitching this year?
I'm ready to go.
Then there's your answer. Then Dave, he said he's ready to pitch. What's the problem?
Well, Dave's not making the decision.
Dave's the manager.
Yeah.
What do you mean? He's the manager.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this:
Is there a clone?
No. I think he is given a very specific set of criteria in which to make decisions.
That's how baseball works?
It does now, and it does here.
Okay, that's
it
too bad.
does here. That if this happens, then we do this. If the other thing happens, then we do that.
That's not what Moneyball taught me in the movie.
No, that's Moneyball is exactly
Philip Seymour
that.
Hoffman played who he wanted to play in that movie.
Oh my God! So I'm interviewing Art Howe one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Who Philip Seymour Hoffman plays in the movie? They had just finished shooting the movie. Okay, I'm talking to Art House when I'm living in Houston, who Art House played for the Astros for a long time. And I said, hey, this has got to be exciting. You're being played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's a Brad Pitt movie.
You should be stoked.
Dead silence for what felt like 10 minutes. It was probably 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I said, Art, yep. What do you think about the movie? I don't care for that movie.
What?
I went, oh, I don't like the way that they've portrayed me in that movie.
Really?
Well, maybe he wanted to be Brad Pitt.
I don't think it was that it was female Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think it was that they made him kind of look like a Luddite, just kind of somebody that was completely out of touch of what was going on.
Oh.
He didn't appreciate that.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
For a minute, Vermeil didn't like the Greg Kinnear thing either.
No.
I think he was embarrassed by it.
Why?
Because it's Vermeil. Like somebody's playing him in a movie. So you're seeing yourself up on screen. I'm sure if somebody did a movie on you, you probably wouldn't like it.
Okay, but if Greg
Who's
Kinnear
playing
was
me?
playing Travis,
Yeah, I was going to say,
question.
I would love if Greg
Ooh,
Kinnear played me.
That's a great question. Who would play you in a movie?
Jeb Bush.
She's not wrong.
Now
She's not wrong.
I can't unsee it now.
Jeb! Exclamation
I
point.
can't unsee it now.
She's not wrong.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could play him.
We could play each other. We're
Yeah.
both. So somebody said this about me one time. I don't look like anybody, and I look like everybody.
You could be in the CIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am pretty forgettable. I'm neither handsome nor hideous.
Yes.
I'm just kind of right. I'm just kind of right in the middle of the road.
I could see you blending in different countries, walking by and stuff like that. Oh, so one question real
Yeah.
quick about Shohei and
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Are you willing to risk this guy's long-term future as a pitcher?
You asking me as a fan?
I'm asking you.
As a fan.
If you
Hell
needed
yes.
him, and they said if he pitches, it would damage his long-term pitching ability, but
It's guaranteed to damage his long-term ability, or it might.
I don't know what the medical issue
Right.
is with him. 2 elbow surgeries, right?
Yeah.
That's why he's not pitching this year.
Yeah.
But if I did throw him,
Yeah.
and we needed him, and you let it happen, it would damage his long-term future as a pitcher, but it would guarantee you a World Series this year.
Let's win the World Series.
You would do it?
Let's win the World Series.
Period. End
Yep.
of story.
Yep. That's an easy one for me.
Me too.
That's an easy one for me because we've seen, as good as they've been for the last 12 years, one World Series in half a season. It's hard to win the World Series. And if you're telling me this is the thing that puts you across the finish line, let's go.
One, but it would doom you for the next 10 years.
But it doesn't it dooms his pitching?
Yes.
Okay, but if it dooms the team,
Because I'm
out
assuming
on
you're
that.
counting on him as a pitcher next year.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know if Shohei Ohtani's future is not as a two-way guy for the next 10 years. I just don't believe that's true.
Okay.
I think his future is as a two-way guy for a while until he becomes what we're watching this year,
5
which is
years, maybe?
Sure, maybe
Okay,
less,
would
maybe
you give up
slightly
the
more.
next 4 years of his pitching
For a World Series?
for a World Series?
Yeah.
Would you, M?
Yes.
You would?
It's a World Series.
For
They're
a World
hard
Series.
to win.
And his offense
Jorge,
is
you?
so incredible.
You would.
Yeah.
You give. I like this group. Me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can find other pitchers. But if you needed him and he wanted to pitch, then you let him pitch. If he wants to help his boys,
and he's been able to do it.
Can they tell him? Will they tell him no? Look,
I don't think you can tell him no.
So he goes to front office and says, "Hey, look, I want to pitch. I'm ready to go. I feel like I'm ready to go. I want to do it." Are they going to tell him no?
I don't think you can.
Can they tell him no?
If he goes public and starts telling us, the media, I want to
He'll
pitch.
never do that. He'll never do that.
If they told him no,
he would never do that. He didn't tell us the name of his dog. You think he's going to come out and say?
I'm not going to tell you my dog's name either. Hold on.
You think he's going to come out and go? I wanted to pitch and they wouldn't let me. Not a chance.
But if you had a hole in your lineup and you needed him, and he says, "I am volunteering and I want to do it to help us beat such and such,"
he may throw it out there in a way that could be like this. I feel great.
Yeah.
I look. If they need me, I'd give it a shot.
Yes.
He may do, and even for him, that would be like being Rodney
I want to pitch.
Dangerfield up there.
Right,
like he'd be out of his mind. But
I wonder what Dodgers Nation sacrifice.
It's not our $700 million.
Absolutely, but it's his
Right.
body. And he's never won before.
I want to do it.
Yes,
I'm
he's
trying to put
aware.
myself in the shoes of the Dodgers and whether
Forget
they
them.
would do it.
He's never been this close to a championship.
He's never played a game that mattered after the 4th of July.
That's what I'm saying. If he volunteers for this, you can't shut him down.
But also, if anybody could do it, it'd be Shohei Ohtani, too. He consistently amazes us, consistently raises the bar in his own excellence. So if anybody could do this, too, it would be him.
Can you blow out your elbow and still hit?
Yeah. Look what he's doing right now.
Perfect. Go ahead and throw him then.
Yeah. I mean, he's blown out his elbow twice, and he's still doing all this
Then
nonsense.
what are we talking about then? Yes, use him. Come on.
DeMarco, I am in. I am 100% in on it. I just don't think they'd ever do it. I don't think the Dodgers would ever do it. They're
Here, I'll make it easy.
wildly
Him or Joe
conservative.
Kelly?
What do you mean? I don't understand because I'm trying to envision any scenario where Joe Kelly is the answer to this, and I love Joe Kelly.
Either we pitch Joe or we pitch Show. Which one?
Stop. Stop.
Right, come on.
Let's try a quick phone call here. Let's go to Rob in L.A. Rob, what's going on?
Hey, Travis. First of all, I need a favor from you. You need to stop talking Immaculate Grid in the morning because I don't get to it until later in the day, and you're killing me. All right?
What do you want to know? I used Mark Loretta and Adam Kennedy today in my grid.
Stop it. Stop it. Yes, my grid score yesterday was 2, by the way.
Your total score was 2?
Yeah,
wow.
My 2. My best ever.
Okay, you and I need to change phone numbers. You need to get my grid every morning.
All right, I'm down.
All right, let's do it.
Second of all, if Shohei blesses it and he wants in, there's no downside. If he can't pitch next year because he hurt himself trying to get us a World Series, great. We get another 40-40 season. There's no downside.
See, I'm with him.
We're all
in agreement.
We're
Yes.
all in agreement. Thanks, Rob. Give your phone number to M.
The
and
only
we'll,
shocking thing is you're telling me Dave Roberts doesn't hold the final vote, and he's the manager.
Not a chance.
Then why call the manager then?
Because he takes the bullets when somebody needs to do it.
He's the fall guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not saying he doesn't have some agency. He has.
Yeah.
I think what his best skill is, and I feel terrible even talking about this because it makes me sound like I'm dumping on him.
Not just him, it's
and I'm
baseball,
not.
right? Yeah.
It's the Dodgers really lean into this stuff. They have a plan that works. That works right up until it hasn't worked in the postseason. And they're really good at it. Their plan is really effective over the course of 6 months. In short windows, it doesn't work nearly as well. Dave Roberts, I think you'd agree with this. He knows baseball, right? Like He's a smart guy. Why would he do some of the things we've done if he's a smart guy? I don't think and I'll use last season as the most recent example. They're down 2-0. In a best-of-5 series to the Diamondbacks. They're going to Arizona. They're playing the D-backs who are hot as a pistol.
Yes.
And they got a guy on their team that's going to start that game on the mound that's had a really rocky season in Lance Lynn.
Okay.
Giving up 1 million homers.
Yes.
Homer. Okay?
So
it's an elimination
Are you saying why
game.
would they start him down there?
No.
Oh.
Fine. That's the guy you're going to go with. That's fine. But the leash has to be an inch long.
Okay.
Homer. Nobody's up. Homer. Nobody's up. You got Ryan Pepio, who's your next guy.
Yeah.
They never used him because they were saving him for the next game. Guys, there is no game if you lose tonight.
Okay, so that's not a Dave thing. That's,
I don't think it
that's
is
above his
because
head
that
thing.
is such a bad decision. A guy that is as smart as Dave Roberts would not do something
I see what you
like
mean.
that.
So if that is a Dave thing, you'd have to change how you feel about Dave.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes,
okay.
and I like him. I think he's good at doing the things that they're asking him to do, which is manage personalities, make sure people understand, be a disciplinarian in a certain sort of way, so people show up on time, do what they're supposed to do, understand their roles. But when it comes down to we're playing this guy against that guy, we're putting on this play at that time, I think at best it's a collaboration, and I don't think it's at best very often. I think it's more of a this is how we're going to do it. Implement the plan.
I hope you never have dinner with Dave and become friends, because you may find out it is him.
But I keep coming back to this.
It may be him.
I've never heard him say anything that makes me think he's not smart.
I think he's super smart.
I do too.
From the baseball people I talk to, he's really smart and
I do
well
too.
respected. The only heat he takes is from Dodger fans.
I do too.
Yeah.
But then you get into some of these, it's like, why would you do that unless it was coming from somewhere else?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One more phone call. Let's go to Orange this time. And Martin, what's up?
Hey, guys. I was just wondering, because I'm sure you guys know more about this than me, but if Shohei was to, hey, I can pitch, wouldn't they have to, put him on assignment or put him in a simulation game to see how his arm reacts? And then wouldn't that take away from games that he's playing during the regular season? And the Dodgers are in a tight race. I don't think they can afford to lose him, for 2 or 3 games to see how his arm's going to react for the playoffs.
Can he just go right away?
Hell yes.
Right away.
Because you're right, Martin.
Yeah.
You're right. There's no way they're saying, okay, go to Oklahoma City to see how it looks.
You need the bat.
No, they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Because to his point, he's way too valuable of an offensive player. Dude, he's pitched in the major leagues. Not everybody needs a rehab assignment. And this is under extraordinary circumstances where, look, I need 3 outs, and my bullpen options are, let's go through Joe Kelly.
See?
Or
Yeah.
it's Evan Phillips, who didn't look very good last night. Or Ohtani's like, guys,
let me do it.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay,
I paid him $700 million. That's why
I'm
paid
in.
him. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm open to the
He
possibility.
should volunteer. You're paying him that much money.
He could put a lot of pressure on him by saying, I'm ready.
Jorge,
I don't need it.
Take a tape recorder. Go ask him.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, amigo.
Buenos dias. The Far Side. You ready for the Far Side?
I'm in the Far Side.
You're in the Far
Let's
Side.
go.
That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Have you put the Prize Picks app on your phone yet? If not, what are you waiting for? Prize Picks is fun, and Prize Picks can win you money. What more do you need to know? And obviously with football season here, it's even better. Baseball's great. You know how much I love baseball with Prize Picks. But football, and they're giving you a freebie. Caleb Williams is basically free throughout the entire month of September. More or less than 1 yard passing. I like Caleb Williams' chances of getting more than 1 yard passing. That's Prize Picks, right? You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. And they're giving you the free one with Caleb Williams, but only through the end of the month, so you got to do it right now. Download the Prize Picks app, put it on your phone, and get busy. And when you do that and you use the code 710, you get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code 710 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So run your game, take that free Caleb Williams gimme, and go put that Prize Picks out on your phone. Have some fun, win some money.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day. And smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay. Listen up, sports fans. Gear up for your next game day hang with your friends. What's on the menu? Sliders, wings, chips, and salsa? Well, all your favorite game day foods go great with Stella Rosa wines, a semi-sweet and semi-sparkling wine that must be served chilled. Stella Rosa can be found at your local retailer, so remember to grab a couple bottles next time you shop. Nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. Please celebrate responsibly.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on. That's right, you don't have to bend down and you don't have to touch them, which is why people can't stop talking.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
So how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And Slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins, and I'm never going back.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It's the Trav and DeMarco Show, but more on the Sweet Tea and Big D environment.
Yes, sir. Every time I hear this song, you love this. Yes.
It takes you to a certain spot, right?
It really does.
This is Air Force One.
Yes.
The music video that DeMarco was in.
The air changes. I get that certain smell in the room. It's crazy. That was a crazy
Is this the Nelly video?
Yes, Air Force Ones. And what?
How long ago did you shoot that?
Oh, God, that was 2002?
Oh.
Yeah, crushed velour sweatsuit, an earring.
Takes you to the far side, right?
Yeah, it's about in the far side, see? About 285 pounds.
Okay.
Freshly minted single.
Oh.
Set loose in Los Angeles.
With crushed velour and an earring.
Oh,
no
my
less.
God. And a Mercedes with some 20s.
Look out.
Oh, my God. Fresh meat. Yes, sir. Hooking up with Tommy Davidson, of all people.
The comedian?
The comedian. We were doing a TV show. So all the guys that kind of spun off the Best Damn Sports Show.
You were meeting up with him.
We were hanging out.
He was a friend of yours.
Hooking up. Oh, stop, M. Good
It
Lord.
was a different term back then, right? It was a
Yes.
different term.
Hanging
It
out
meant
with
something else.
Tommy Davidson. I guess I have to be clear about that. Yeah, but all these guys that spun off the Best Damn Sports Show, they put us all together on this one show called the NFL Show.
I remember that show.
Me, Tony Saragusa.
What an interesting name for a show.
And Tommy Davidson. Yes, and Chris Myers was the host.
Okay.
I'm Chris Myers, and I can't turn this off. I kid because I care. That's when I first met Jay Moore.
That is a very good Chris Myers,
Yes,
by the way.
that's when I first met Jay Moore. And Chris wanted to, kill him.
Well, that's a natural reaction to meeting Jay Moore.
Right. Jay was just letting him have it for some reason. I don't know why. Chris, before we went to break, Chris said, yes, and Jay Moore has been in 100 movies. And we went to break. It was just stilted. So, and during the break, he just let him have it. And when we came back, Chris wanted to kill him. It was so funny. So hooking up with Tommy Davidson, hanging out, going up to these parties in the Hollywood Hills. Just these parties that usually I don't get to see. Scared me straight, my man.
Oh,
yeah. Like, this is too much. Too much.
A little close to the sun.
A little bit. I felt like he had like bit me on the neck, and I was getting ready to become a vampire. One more bite, and I'm there. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be all in on Los Angeles. What? You got a question?
No, I'm just trying to visualize the velour sweatsuit more than anything.
Oh, dude, I had a bunch of them too.
In the video,
Yeah.
you can watch the Nelly video.
So you had the moment where like, okay, this is not for me, or hey, this is for me, and I got to get the hell out
I
of
dove
here.
in for a hot minute. I
Okay.
swam around for a little bit, but this is when the video came up. So I flew back to St. Louis to shoot this video, right? And we had fun on the plane. We had fun on a little bus ride over. They had blocked off a street, so the whole street was smelling. You know what I mean?
I think I can.
Fun.
take a picture.
It's an all-day video shoot. And the first guy I see when I sit down, when they, it's your turn, DeMarco, was Ozzie Smith.
The shortstop?
The shortstop, who is the complete opposite of all this.
I was going to say, Ozzie Smith's a pretty square guy.
Right, and we had met. I'd known him for years. We'd done a lot of charity stuff together, and he saw me, and he was so disappointed.
That had to feel a little like Dad being disappointed on you, right?
He was so disappointed.
The Wizard of Oz gave you the...
Right. The first speech he gave me when I met him in St. Louis in 95 was, "Don't let the stuff get to you." And I came back from
With the
LA
stuff.
with the stuff. Smelling like the stuff, looking like the stuff. I got stuff with me. Yes, so that whole video,
That's
when you see
awesome.
that, me and him, and I'm passing him shoes, like between like shots, he is literally cussing me out under his breath. Like, I cannot believe you did this. I cannot believe you went to the dark side.
Look, I love, if this is what the Far Side is going to be, I'm here for it every single
By the
Monday,
way,
Wednesday, and Friday, because I love these stories.
In the community, Big E says that Sweet Tea and Big D should recreate the Air Force One video shoot.
Oh,
I'm in.
Do that.
Yeah.
Wait, are we going to be Nelly or just my part?
No, just your part.
No,
of it, right?
the part where you're sitting down and
Yeah.
Oh, we can do
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah, you can easily do that.
Have you seen the video?
I'm going to watch it during the break.
Okay.
It's okay. All you're doing is sitting down and like kind of like rocking to the
Before
music.
you see it, let me tell you that DeMarco doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it may look like me,
Okay.
kinda.
All right.
But he's gone. He's long gone. You couldn't tell that guy anything.
No.
Nothing.
We need
Nothing.
to do this for the Mandays, Jorge.
Yes.
Well, for sure.
14% body fat. Come on, dude.
Feeling good.
Oh my God.
Feeling
no.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
membership,
yeah.
Sports Club LA. Working out with Mark Wahlberg. Come on now. Yes, come on.
How short is he?
He's not very tall. He's not.
Like, are we talking like 5'5"?
He's tall as me.
How
He's as
tall are you?
as
How
me.
tall are you, Jorge?
5'9".
I think you may be just a smidge taller. You may be a smidge taller, but he is yoked and very,
Oh, no, he's in
very
great
strong.
shape.
Very strong,
Yeah.
and he can box.
Yeah.
He really can box.
He played Mickey Ward, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
They were casting for that movie, the Adam Sandler movie, the football movie, Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
They were casting. They were asking people inside Sports Club LA, and I said no.
Why?
I was afraid of what I would look like in a football uniform because at that I had just retired.
Oh.
Yes.
Were you too heavy?
I was kind of,
Yeah.
I was having fun. I was hanging out. See, I was having fun. Anyway, yes.
Did you still
Having
smell
fun in
like
Los
it?
Angeles couldn't.
No,
make you,
I didn't smell like it then.
go-
But definitely after the
I'm
workout.
trying to put together the entire picture. Rams have made another personnel move. We'll get into that. And you said something to me this morning. We were chatting about Matthew Stafford that I think I've never quite heard it put quite like that before. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You've heard me talk about my personal situation with my divorce and subsequent custody battle in the past, and I know that you need a team behind you to get the justice you deserve. My friend Mark Reel and his team at Real Fathers Rights are here to help you guys. Visit realfathersrights.com/710. That's REEL. realfathersrights.com/710 or call 323-870-1611. That's 323-870-1611. Real Fathers Rights. The Father's Rights Attorneys.
Country's hottest rising star, Riley Green. There was this girl live. Drink in her hand. Shoot me a lead. Friday, October 18th, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino. Riley Green, live in concert. On On sale now at FantasySpringsResort.com or call 760-342-5000. Riley Green, live.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
All right, Rams are making some moves, DeMarco. Free agent quarterback Ahkello Witherspoon is re-signing with the Rams, according to sources.
Man of many talents.
Sure.
Yeah, he's he's a musician. His dad is a jazz musician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is a Renaissance man. Like, can play the guitar, very, very smart, and he can play corner.
I wanted that to be on the list.
Yeah, and he can play corner.
As you're going, he can play the guitar. His dad's a professional musician. I'm like, that's cool. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Can he still cover guys?
I respect guys like him because they have something outside of the game.
Yeah.
So when it gets too high or too low, he is always even keel. And I think that is perfect for a corner.
Well, they're thin there at the moment.
Yes.
Right. Darius Williams is on IR for at least another 3 games.
Shocked.
Yeah. We'll see if he's ready to go.
That's
Tre'Davious
scary
White.
because they saw something on an MRI with his hamstring. That's scary. Yeah.
That's no good.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White got burned. Right.
Yeah.
He little double move got him and gives up.
I think he's
a
still in
touchdown.
August. I think he is still in August.
He's that far back?
He's one of those. September's the new August.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those guys that's going to round into form like next month.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have to kind of mitigate that. But when he's right, he's great.
Witherspoon was good for the Rams
He had
last year.
3 interceptions for the Rams last year.
Yeah, he was good.
Solid.
Yeah, solid. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's not Jalen Ramsey,
No.
but he's a solid NFL guy.
I don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I love his family. He's an awesome dude to talk to, and he's a good football player. But did you guys see the Netflix receiver, the Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
He said, he put it out there, if they got him matched up on 44, it was an easy win. 44 was Ahkello.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's the same issue. I thought Raheem Morris did a great job with what he had, including Ahkello, putting him in positions where he could be successful. So is he going to be the answer? No. Is he going to be a credible body? Yes. Are you better because you have him? Absolutely. But is he like the answer, the Jalen Ramsey, a shutdown corner? No, you're not. That's not that guy.
You're not first of all, you're not finding that guy right now. You know what I mean? Unless you make a trade, which probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. So you got to go with what you got.
Yeah,
at this
that
point.
level, no, where you can just have him, hey, you got DK Metcalf, take him away.
Right.
You don't have that guy. But Darius Williams, when he was here, was a guy that was close to that. That's how he got the deal in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So you're looking for that sort of ability. Somebody's got to step up and assume that role.
Look,
because guess who's coming this week? Yes, Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, and guess who had 1 catch last week?
That was the scariest thing of the whole part of what you saw from Arizona in Week 1. They lost, but they lost in Buffalo to a good Buffalo team. Josh Allen did Josh Allen stuff. The fact that they didn't, Marvin Harrison, like you said, had 1 catch. I would imagine they probably went back into the lab and said, all right, we just picked this guy. Was it 4th overall?
Yeah.
We got to make sure that we're using this guy. I would imagine he's going to be a heavy part of what we're going to see on Sunday.
They're going to Randy ratio him. Remember Mike Tyson, the Randy ratio?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25% of your offense is going to go through him this week, especially with what the Rams just put on tape. They feel like they have an advantage there with him. So expect Kyler Murray to target him early and often and try to get him going. So you're going to have to find somebody that's willing to go one-on-one with him all over the field.
Who is that?
Well, I mean, we'll find out. I still think that's a work in progress as of right now.
So coming into the season, the Rams offense was going to be the Rams offense, right? You got the quarterback, you got 2 wide receivers that you can really count on. You got an offensive line that you felt pretty good about. You got Kyren Williams, who's healthy. You're good to go. Well, fast forward to where we are right now, and Puka is gone. Your offensive lineman's missing 3 starters. And Matthew Stafford already was getting his ankle taped up in the middle of the first half of the first game. So your defense doesn't have Aaron Donald. You had this injury that takes place. Trey White does not look great. Darius Williams is gone for a little while. Where do you hang your hat right now? Is it just Matthew Stafford, go do your thing?
Yes.
Is it as simple as that?
Absolutely. I think he's starting to get his love, don't you think?
What you said
his
this morning is
respect.
you feel like they're finally a little respect on his name. This is his 16th year in the league. What took so long?
How many times have you heard him being talked about before he got here? Even when he was here.
There was always a qualifier.
Oh, and what was it?
The team stinks.
The team stinks. He had Megatron. It's Detroit, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
And then you look up, he's got 53,000 yards.
Yep.
He's right behind Aaron Rodgers. He's been that good for so long. But I think people are starting to realize it. Maybe what you saw in Detroit, taking them to overtime, a Super Bowl contender, with everything that went wrong in that game, you still had a chance to win because of him. So it seems like he's getting his love. And this is what it takes for guys like him to start to get into that Hall of Fame picture. So where you don't have to pause when you say Matthew Stafford Hall of Fame.
Well,
right.
Matthew Stafford was always, he's great. He's on a bad team. I wonder what it would look like if you gave him a real coach with real weapons.
He won.
Well, they went 1-for-1 and they won the Super Bowl. right. And then the next year, all hell broke loose. Everybody got hurt and he got hurt. And so, okay, that one's an outlier. Come back last year, and when he was banged up early, it's like, that doesn't look great. He comes back after the bye week, after Brett Rippon had played that one game and gave him a little bit of time, and here we go again.
Yeah.
And game one, you said it, like he kind of protected himself. It was, here comes the ball, 1,001, it needs to be out because Aiden Hutchinson's coming to kill you.
Yeah. Well, he's not stupid.
No, I get it.
Hot stove, don't touch hot stove.
Find that and be able to do that, on the fly. It was one of those, hey, there aren't many guys. Maybe Rodgers could do it.
Yes.
Maybe Mahomes could do it.
The greats can do it.
The greats, but he did it. And that was that, hey, that even by the standards we've come to expect from him, that was a little different.
Okay, this is what I'd say. And this is what I did say to people in Detroit. Besides, and I had to keep this in, but it just popped out. You're still Detroit. When they were going all crazy for their guys and they were winning and they got quiet when the Rams came back, I'm like, you're still Detroit. But I said, and this is a sane conversation between football fans. He was saying that Jared is better than Stafford.
Who was saying that?
This Detroit fan.
Okay.
So I said, if you put Jared behind the same line Stafford had in the same situation, how do you think that game turns out? So I'll ask you that question. You put Jared Goff behind that line Sunday night.
He doesn't survive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the two.
He gets knocked out of the game.
Yes. And I think certain guys, and this is what I like more about him, and he finds a way to escape, protect himself. Even when he does get dinged, he's not going to give the medical staff any ammunition to take him out of the game. He's going to ignore them.
Is that a good idea?
He's a guy you have to save from himself.
I was
yes.
Gonna say, well,
that's the guy you want as your the toughest guy in the room is your quarterback. That is it there. That's the stuff.
Well, especially for the first 2 weeks, right? Like it just.
Well, if it breaks, it breaks.
It breaks.
Yeah.
But that's one of those, like, I can grit my teeth and kind of go through and do this because Stetson Bennett's not quite ready for this yet. Okay. But if we have a viable option, I don't know if taking a breath for a second, a game or whatever to get right. And not that he's at that point now. It's not what I'm suggesting. But that toughness thing does feel like it can be detrimental to a certain point.
I think that's why, like, Aaron Rodgers flipped out when they drafted Jordan Love, because Aaron's going to go through that. He's not going to come out. But if you see him get winged and you go, okay, let's put the young guy in. Let's save you from this. We don't want you to. That might make the guy mad. Now you're messing up my whole mojo. That's the thing. That's why I'm kind of with the quarterbacks. I don't need a backup right now. Get me linemen.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I mean, this is one of those. Can we try to do a little bit of both?
Yeah, I know.
Because I get the impulse. Just get me what I need. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But if something happens to you, I can't be dead in the water. I have to at least have a chance to get it done. With Garoppolo, I got a chance. I got a chance. It's not.
It's only one more week.
I know. But I've seen what it looks like with Bryce Perkins. I've seen what it looks like with Brett Rippon, and that is
Let's delete that.
I got no chance with this.
Let's delete the Brett Rippon thing. Let's really delete that. It never happened.
Wasn't great.
Jordan Love already deleted it.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm just saying, he played pretty terribly in that game, too. Everyone kind of forgets Jordan Love's first half of the season was pretty crappy. And then everyone's like, oh, pay him. He's so good. It's because the end of the season was great.
Yeah, he turned it around.
But
no doubt.
The beginning of that season was very bad.
You know, Rip's still playing.
Yeah, Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Emily, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. You ready?
Okay.
Which quarterbacks do you like? Because you seem to hate all of them.
I don't like them overhyped without any sort of actual winning. You know?
Do you like Stafford?
I like Stafford.
What's what winning meaning?
Going to a championship.
Win the Super Bowl?
Going to a Super Bowl. I don't like the, oh my God, he's so overhyped. But I'm just saying, people forget about the first half of the season for Jordan Love where he was crap. I'm just saying.
And they were struggling on defense, too.
I like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
I like Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
Purdy.
I'm trying to think about like the different
Brock Purdy went to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
But see, this is like Purdy's the perfect example of this, and Josh Allen is an example of this, and Joe Burrow to a lesser degree but losing to Patrick Mahomes should not be a C.
No,
it's like
like losing to Jordan.
It's like losing to Jordan.
Yeah.
It's like getting struck out by Clayton Kershaw. It's like, he's pretty good.
He does that to a lot of people.
What do you want from me? Losing to those guys can't be you aren't good enough. It's that guy's just might be the best guy ever.
Joe Burrow.
Who do you hate? Or not hate. Who don't you like?
Who I don't like.
Like your top 5 hated quarterbacks.
Aaron Rodgers.
Because of his politics or the way he plays?
Because of his politics.
Okay, that's fair.
And the way, not even just his politics, just how he carries himself off the field.
His deal.
His deal. Okay.
He actually acts like he knows. He acts like he's the smartest person in any room. Especially how everyone's like,
that's every Cal grad I know. That's every Cal grad I know.
Welcome to Cal Berkeley.
Yes.
It's like, look at him. He threw the ball. He knew he had a free play. Yes, it's a great football play, but let's get over it, guys.
Josh
Allen.
So
I think Josh Allen's overhyped. He throws a gajillion interceptions.
So does Matthew Stafford.
I'd take Josh Allen every day of the week
and
if I could.
Matthew Stafford's won a Super Bowl.
I would take him every day of the week.
Josh Allen, you keep saying Josh Allen hasn't won a Super Bowl so far yet. There's a lot of time left on that guy's clock. He's Patrick Ewing. He's these guys that are in the wrong time. That dude in Kansas City is going to change it for everybody.
Yeah. Well, then use that same thing for Lamar Jackson. He didn't get through Patrick Mahomes last year.
But the difference being Lamar Jackson has played poorly in the postseason. Josh Allen's been pretty damn good in the postseason.
Sure. Yes, I agree that he has played well in the postseason,
so
but he's not my favorite. So
3 of the best quarterbacks in the league you hate. Okay.
Lamar Jackson, just because Steelers, he always. Well, actually, the Steelers have a good number on the Ravens since he's been the quarterback.
Tua.
Split. Tua, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
He is a gunslinger in the regular season, but let me see him play in the cold. That's just what I have to say about that.
Good point. With his receiver not getting arrested.
Yeah, and that too.
By the way, I love that those guys are all beating the drum to get that guy heave-ho.
I mean, he should be.
Every time I see it gets worse and worse.
I like Geno. I think Geno's fine.
You like Geno, but
Geno
not
Smith?
Josh Allen.
Okay, done.
I just want to make sure I have this correct. Geno is a yes. Josh Allen is a no.
Because Geno, you have the expectations of Geno. He's not taking you to the Super Bowl. Geno is a serviceable quarterback, but Josh Allen, I expect Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl. I don't expect Geno Smith to win a Super Bowl, so I put him in a different box, and I like him for the box that he's in.
I like Josh Allen. I think he's tremendous. That's a biker playing quarterback.
Dude, he lives down near me in the off-season, and you'll see him around.
He's a hoss, ain't he? Yeah, big old butt.
But I like Josh Allen as a person. I think as a person he's cool. He's dating Haley Steinfeld. I like Haley Steinfeld. Actress.
I don't know what to say to that. Where do I go with that?
Do you not know who that is either?
I have no idea. Who is that?
She's a very pretty actress.
How do you spell Haley?
Hailee.
Steinfeld or Seinfeld?
Steinfeld.
With a T.
Stand by.
She was in True Grit as a kid, and then she was in Pitch Perfect 2. She has a song called Love Myself. She's a singer.
I know her. I didn't know her by name, but I've seen her.
Okay.
So he's been dating her for I like him off the field. I want more of him. I put him in the Super Bowl. I need more from you box. And that's Lamar. That's Aaron Rodgers.
You could be a GM. You know, that's how they judge quarterbacks. Is his girlfriend pretty?
They did. Well,
that means he's confident.
So
see?
In Moneyball, they had we're not going to draft him. Why not? Ugly girlfriend. What?
No confidence.
And it's like he lacks confidence. I'm like, the guy's hitting 400. Who cares?
But in Emily's box, I honestly put Geno Smith and Brock Purdy in kind of the same spot. Of like, in the perfect situation, they aren't going to F you, and they are going to do well.
Did she say that?
She did.
She did.
She did. I'm gonna pull us out of this. I got a question for you. Post playing career finances, do's and don'ts. I have a lot of questions for you because I have seen 2 stories in my life and they don't add up real great.
Okay.
That's coming up next. It's DeMarco and Trav, 710 ESPN.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
The morning drive gets going with Unsportsmanlike. Greeny has your top stories each weekday from 7 to 9 a.m.
Then, introducing
The Travis and DeMarco Show from 9 to noon. Mason and Ireland follow from noon to 3. And the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Sedano and Cap, 3 to 6.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
Join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. The festivities kick off with a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. with Sedano and Cappy, followed by a roundtable with Hall of Famer and Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín, George Sedano, LAFC's own Ilya Sanchez, and the great Mario Ruiz. Don't miss this unmatchable event on Wednesday, September 11th. To reserve your spot and win a VIP pass, go to ESPNLA.com. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace. LA, it's time to get real. Jacob and Ronnie is the real deal. Injured? Unsure of who to trust? Call Jacob. He's recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars where other attorneys might settle immediately for pennies. Get a partner who's committed to turning your setback into a comeback. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, call Jacob.com. Jacob is the real deal.
Call Jacob.
Over 20 years ago, the first batch of Tito's handmade vodka was distilled in the heart of Austin, Texas. Since then, its roots have stayed put, and its vodka continues to be made on the same land where Tito built his dream. A distillery called Mockingbird that houses a simple vodka with a spirit the size of Texas and as good as the day it was born. Learn more about the Tito's story at Tito'sVodka.com. That's Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
At the Home Depot, we know you can't control everything, like when your guests arrive too early for Saturday college football. But you can control your grill. With the Traeger Timberline XL, you can watch the game, not the grill. Monitor your football feast from anywhere using the Traeger app. With the Timberline XL, you can bake, smoke, sear, fry, and sauté. That's Desmond Howard level versatility.
Huddle up, the food's done.
Defend your game time with Traeger and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I just want to clarify. I am not
I see you in a whole new light.
Usually she'll say, hey, I want to go first, but she's just coming in hot.
Yes.
I want to clarify.
I heard it already.
That I'm not saying talent skill-wise that Geno Smith is better than Josh
That's
Allen.
what you said.
I think that Josh
And she
Allen
hates defense.
is a more talented, tangible quarterback than Geno Smith. I just have different expectations out of Geno Smith and Josh Allen, which is why I like Geno Smith in my box I put him in rather than the box I put Josh Allen in. Get it?
But Josh is dating Jerry Seinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, my bad.
And you're hooking up with your friend.
You're just getting started on Seinfeld, you told me.
I am. I am episode 5 now. Hilarious.
Oh, season 1?
Season 1.
How have you been able to avoid Seinfeld for that long?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When was Seinfeld popular?
90s.
When was season 1? I'm trying to think. Where was I?
89, maybe?
Okay.
I was still in high school.
So
So
that's
89?
high school, college. Yeah, I'm in college. I'm not watching TV.
Yeah, but it was on TV for
It
like
was
10
July
years.
5th,
I'm in college. I'm not
1989
watching
was the
TV in
first
college.
episode.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
You hear that, DeMarco?
What's that?
July 5th, 1989 was the first episode.
Yeah, that's senior year of high school,
Okay.
and then college. No, I'm not watching TV then.
Yeah, but then it ran for 5 more years after that, and then it ran in syndication for another 25 after that.
I don't think it would have got to me.
Okay.
This is when TV was different, you know?
But you have cable, right?
Yeah.
It's on every day on like 12 different channels.
Don't you know who I am? Can you
What
give
was
me a
it?
resume?
What was it up against?
Nothing. It
Nothing?
smashed
It
everything
smashed
it was ever up
everything?
against.
Okay, 'cause
NBC,
I know-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was watching Martin back then.
No, I'm not saying
The
that you-
Cosby Show.
I'm-
Yes.
yeah,
see? Yeah.
I'm not saying that you had to catch it as it happened, but
Yeah.
it's been off the air for 25 years.
I know.
It's
like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like people have watched it,
Only
they
good.
loved it, they
Except
consumed
for
it.
Game of Thrones, one, you're not catching it on syndication.
No, but
Two,
they've consumed
there's
it.
a barrier of entry.
You
Game
guys
of
have
Thrones,
seen
has
it,
to be
and
fantasy.
I don't want to jump in the middle. I'll just wait, and then I'll watch it later.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're
About,
finally
like,
here.
40
Yes.
years
Yeah.
later, almost.
Yeah.
Did you see the Superman in every show? Every episode has a Superman in
Yeah.
it. Do you find
Every
every episode of Seinfeld has a
It,
Superman
it'll be
in
on
it.
the refrigerator or it'll
Yeah.
be on his bookcase in the background.
Really?
Yeah, look for
He's
a
got a
Superman.
Superman like fetish or whatever. you
Also
wanna
in The
call it.
Office,
No way.
Yeah.
you know that there's a lot of Simpsons hidden
Yeah.
because one of the former creators,
Mike Schur, right?
Yeah, Mike Schur wrote for The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Look
Okay.
harder next time. Yeah.
I'm watching it with my 9-year-old, right?
Okay.
And Kramer keeps popping in.
Sure.
And she loves Kramer.
Everybody loves Kramer.
Everybody loves Kramer. And she's like, Dad, how come we don't like Kramer? And I'm like, I don't want to have to go through this whole
Not-
thing again.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, right?
yet.
Just enjoy
Like,
the show.
Yeah, let's live in a world where this isn't a thing for now.
Exactly.
He's just a character on the TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the person in
But
real
he's
life.
so funny, Dad.
There's Kramer.
Right.
And there's Michael Richards.
See, I'm not ready for that combo.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Let's
it's-
just enjoy him. Yes.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
You and I were talking a little bit before about when we'd like to retire, what we want to do post-retirement and all these things. What's the number one thing you got to do to retire? Got a little money, right?
Yeah.
You got to have enough to.
You got a plan,
so you're
you
not
gotta
worried.
save, yeah.
Got a plan, you got to. Well said.
Yes.
Adrian Peterson.
Oh. wait. You just did the breath. We're going to let you go.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson is being
Oh, my
ordered to turn over assets to pay off $12 million in debt. Basically, they showed up at his home in the Houston area, started collecting stuff to sell it off, so he owes $12 million.
They came to his house and repossessed his
They
stuff.
did.
Oh, that's so
They
bad.
did. The Houston judge on Monday ordered constables in Fort Bend County, Texas, to accompany Burlett to Peterson's residence to keep the peace. So they're
keep the peace.
They're liquidating some of AP's stuff.
To keep the peace, to keep him from going nuts when you're taking his stuff out of his house.
I would think that's the correct
Oh, my
interpretation
God,
of it.
poor guy.
And I'm sorry that's apparently his argument is that he signed as a guarantor on a business loan. He was under the impression that none of his personal assets would be used to cover the debt. Apparently, that's not what the contract says.
So he just signed it and didn't read it.
That's his claim.
Oh, poor guy. See, that's just terrible.
Well, hold on.
See, I knew it. The reason, when I saw him in Arizona, when I saw him suiting up for Arizona towards the end, I'm like, dude, you must be in debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's where my sympathy runs thin quickly.
Okay.
Let's go back to
no.
2015.
Yes, 2015.
I'm going to read you various accounts from Adrian Peterson's 30th birthday party.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
I know this one.
Peterson made a list of about 320 friends and family. He sent out invitations with an embossed signature logo. He bought his guests first-class tickets to Houston and booked them all first-class hotel rooms.
How much is that?
Not free.
320?
320.
First class.
Okay.
$1,000 a pop, easy? Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody doing math? 320, $1,000 a pop. Okay.
Do that. Here's the next part. They found... I'm just reading this. This is not me adding anything to this.
Yes.
They found a lemur available for rent and a python that would drape like a scarf over Peterson's shoulders. They imported a troupe of snake charmers out of Dallas and world-renowned belly dancers from New York. There was an elaborate tent in Peterson's backyard, Moroccan couches, velvet drapes, ice sculptures bearing Peterson's initials, imported trees, and a throne on which Peterson alone would be allowed to sit. The cake designer baked a royal palace flanked by a fondant camel and elephant. Wale agreed to perform. Jamie Foxx was the DJ. In the final hours before the party, more than 100 workers rushed to set up stripper poles, a hookah bar, and a cigar humidor in a tent called the Man Cave.
Okay, the problem with that is what now?
It's
that
expensive.
sounds like a heck of a party.
Not arguing that it's a good party.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's paying
He's
for
paying
this party.
for it.
The porta potties were over the top. Silver sinks and shiny
Come
floors.
on, Adrian. What are we doing? What birthday is this? 30?
30.
This is 30.
30.
Is he the oldest living member of his family?
Peterson entered a path from the front door of his house toward the main tent. Another parade formed in front of him to lead the way. First, fire breathers, then sword swallowers, then snake charmers and the belly dancers, and finally, a camel rented from the night from an Austin zoo. By the camel's side were men dressed as humble peasants, their eyes glued to the floor. Atop the camel was one man, Peterson, wearing a bejeweled Arabian headdress and a gold sequin jacket.
How much do you think all that cost?
We're not
$5
done
million?
yet.
There's more? There's more?
The children stayed inside the mansion under the care of a nanny as the party continued to build momentum past 10 p.m., then midnight, 1 a.m. The man cave was finally opened at a little past 2:30. Men played video games on a PS4, while a group of women who referred to themselves as pole magicians danced in lingerie at the center of the tent.
Pole magicians?
This is why...
You heard that?
It's like, I'm sure they have a union.
Pole magicians.
They're tradeswomen.
Hocus pocus?
Right? This is why when they show up to take your junk, it's like, yeah, dude, did you really need the lemur, the python, and the camel?
Oh, my God.
But it's also the importance of teaching people how to work with their finances, especially at a young age when you get a lot of money and really quickly. I feel like that's really important.
know. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to ask how old you are, but can you imagine being handed $5 million on your 21st birthday?
No, I can't.
Yeah, right. You do silly things with it, right? You have no idea. You don't know the value of a dollar yet.
I would not have
Especially if
any
your
of
parents
that
didn't have
$5 million.
Or I'll tell you this. Let me drop it some. I'll hand you $5 million. You go to Vegas, you go to wherever, you have a party like that, and you blow it all.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 months, they give you another check for $5 million. How in the heck do you know what money is and what it can do for you?
You don't.
You have no idea.
That's $5 million.
Easily.
Adrian Peterson, in his career in the NFL, made $103 million.
And he was 30 years old.
Yeah.
I wonder how much he had in the bank at that time.
Enough for lemurs and pythons.
Enough to say I can afford this, right?
Yeah, no. I don't think that the check was going to bounce,
right.
But the part that's like, look, I don't want to watch the guy have to sell off his stuff, but it's like, dude, lemurs and pythons?
What other choice do you have? Well, I would love to get into the business deal. Like, were there some people that led him astray?
That's his contention.
Because this is the thing, and maybe this is just me with rose-colored glasses with Brett Favre. I am positive Brett Favre didn't know what he was doing.
Really?
I think someone told him to do it, and this is what we're going to do, and okay, just do it. He's played football for 20 years. He's never had to balance a checkbook. You know what I mean? Same with Adrian Peterson. You're drinking your coffee. What are you saying? He's a dirtbag?
Brett Favre?
Yes. We're all dirtbags.
When you're stealing from the poorest people in the state, it's a hard one to
I don't
get
think
behind.
he knew he was stealing from the poorest people in the state. I really think he was listening to people just like Adrian Peterson, just like almost everyone who gets robbed. Anyone who was on that 30 for 30, either it was divorce or somebody sold you a bill of goods.
I didn't get to the divorce part.
Yeah.
He has 8 kids by 6 different ladies.
No, that I have no sympathy for. Yeah.
They're expensive.
Like my grandfather said, you can't be going around checking temperatures.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Gramps had a way with words.
Pole magician.
Makes a lot of sense, right?
Gramps had a way with... Is Gramps still with us by chance?
No, Gramps is gone. And
okay.
if he said...
Because I'd very much like to have him on the show.
And when you question him, he would say, if I say a duck can pull a truck, you better hook him up. That's all he was saying. Right. He was that guy. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I feel bad. That's just horrible. Shane Mosley, the boxer. We love Shane Mosley. His ex-wife took his belts. That's just wrong. You know what I mean? That's just wrong.
Unless
you didn't fight for him, he did.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm stuck on lemurs and pythons and camels.
We've all done silly stuff. You've done crazy stuff,
I've never
right?
had a lemur at my birthday.
But if you had $5 million to burn, you would.
I'd buy a bunch of golf balls and baseball cards. I'm not saying that I couldn't get ripped off because I think everybody can.
Yeah.
I think we're all susceptible to certain things given the right set of circumstances. But if somebody said, Trav, you know what we should do? let's throw a birthday party. We'll drape you in lemurs and camels and be like, nah, man, I'm good.
But if you didn't have to worry about price, you would.
No,
Come
I wouldn't
on.
buy
Yeah,
lemurs.
you would.
No,
Come
I
on.
would not.
We're going to throw you a party. When's your birthday?
You're paying for the lemurs and
When's your
camels.
birthday?
November 22nd.
See, we'll call Jorge. Come on, let's get.
Do you have a lemur guy, Jorge?
Come on.
This may be putting the test of the limits of the guys you know.
And we're going to invite Josh Allen. And Jerry Seinfeld.
And no defensive players.
And no defensive players.
And guys, Haley Steinfeld's a local kid. Yeah, she's from the area. Radio Michael fan just tweeted at us. She says Haley Steinfeld's local. She grew up in Agora Hills and Thousand Oaks, and it was a huge deal when she got True Grit. She was nominated for an Oscar at like 16.
No way.
Maybe she's a Rams fan.
Oh, I didn't hear that. She was the girl in True Grit, the remake. Oh, she was awesome.
Say that.
I missed that. I'm sorry, I was laughing too hard. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. I love that movie. Yeah.
What's my budget for lemurs and camels at my next birthday
What can you
party?
do with a lemur, though? Like?
Hang out with it. Take pictures.
Stop,
Come
man.
on.
What about a python?
You feed it. Well, you try not to get
They
killed.
trained it to drape around his neck. No, it's not cheap to train a python.
Okay,
Jorge.
see, I'm looking up Bob Dunn's Animal Services. He does a lot of animal services for different productions around town. And I'm scrolling to the animals that you can choose from that he has listed. So he has birds, cats, dogs, monkeys,
Lemurs?
exotics. I don't know what that means.
Lemurs are an exotic, I would think.
Hoofstock.
Hoofstock.
Barnyard. Woodland critters, reptiles, fish, insects, set dressings, and props.
See?
So,
Your birthday. November. We're setting it out.
I got kids. You have a
Yeah,
nanny?
like an ice cold cooler full
Okay,
of beer.
Yes.
A taco guy.
Yes.
And a lemur free
And
environment.
no, we
Here are
need
the
one lemur.
exotics.
Huh?
I have the exotics. It's a grizzly bear, a tiger, a spotted leopard, a sloth, a serval. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Fox, giraffe, wolf, flynn,
Wolf.
camel, zebra,
Camel.
creed, or hoda.
Camel. You should come into the
Sloth,
Mandy's on a
bro.
camel.
I want to ride a wolf.
A wolf. No, we don't want a wolf. No. Is Bart the bear still alive?
I don't know who
Is
that
that
is.
Gentle Ben?
Bart the bear. Every bear movie you've seen,
Yeah.
it's Bart the bear.
BJ and the bear? I think the bear was a
BJ and
person.
the bear, way back in the day.
He
wow.
died in 2000. So
Oh,
about
poor
24
Bart the bear.
years ago.
Yes.
What a poor Bart. R.I.p.
Poor
Bart.
Adrian Peterson. Literally.
Well, again, I feel like the lemur budget is to blame for this catastrophe more than anything else.
Wow.
Yeah, you know,
Jeez.
maybe he could make a comeback. He's pretty strong.
I think he's done, but that must have been some party. Wow.
Lemurs. Cam and pythons.
And what was it? Magicians? Pole magicians.
Pole magicians.
A
A new
PS4
job.
and a PS4.
Local 247. Factor Cap coming up next. Travis DeMarco on 710 ESPN. Rotolo, talked to my guys this morning at Rotolo Chevrolet, as a matter of fact, and this is what they do. I had a question about my Silverado, so I reached out to Armando Rojo, and I said, "Hey, Armando, I got this question for you." Bam, right back to me. Right, this is what they do for everybody. They take care of their customers, and that's why they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row, because they know if they take care of you, you're going to tell everybody, like I'm telling you, and then you're going to tell everybody that you know, and then people come in and people know that Rotolo Chevrolet is the place to be. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, you cannot miss it. If you're in the mood or in the market for a Silverado, they've got you covered. Unbelievable pricing and customer service that is absolutely second to none. Mike Capozio insists on it, goes all the way down. Armando is my guy out there. Eddie, of course, that we talk to over and over again here on this program. You got to go get to know the guys at Rotolo Chevrolet because they are the absolute best. And if Rotolo is a little bit away from your own backyard, go online, rotolochevy.com, ROTOLO, rotolochevy.com, and tell them that Travis sent you.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
The morning drive gets going with Unsportsmanlike. Greeny has your top stories each weekday from 7 to 9 a.m.
Then, introducing
The Travis and DeMarco Show from 9 to noon. Mason and Ireland follow from noon to 3. And the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Sedano and Cap, 3 to 6.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC heat and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz and has thousands of 5-star reviews online to prove it. Right now, you can get an $88 drain cleaning. That's right, an $88 drain cleaning, and they'll add in a free plumbing camera inspection. So, if you're sick of dealing with a slow drain, just call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN and say goodbye to all of your AC heating or plumbing problems. Next Gen NextGen includes water, plumbing, heater, and AC safety inspections. Prioritize the safety of your loved ones at home. NextGen is the only name you need to remember for a safe, comfy home. And if you're concerned about the air quality in your home or have allergy problems, call NextGen and breathe easy with indoor air quality solutions to fit any budget. That's 833-3NEXTGen or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com to schedule online today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGen.
Hey, it's Travis for Prize Picks. You know Prize Picks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy, and it's getting even easier. Caleb Williams passing 1 yard gets you a win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right, only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. So don't miss this deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks puts their members first always, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use the code 710 and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code 710 on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Run your game. Prize Picks.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today. Here we go. It is Factor Cap time on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap.
Right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
Yo.
Bonjour.
Hey. So, speaking of Joe's, Joe Mazzulla was in, I don't know, the news, but it was across my timeline the other day for a quote that he said. So, he was asked about how he feels about the team defending their title, like defending champions. So, this is what he says. The phrase defending a title is a very passive-aggressive term. If you look at the animal kingdom, some of the strongest animals don't defend. They're the most aggressive, and they attack the most. All right. So, Joe Mazzulla is the Dan Campbell of the NBA. So, let's keep this in mind. He watches The Town before every game. He gets fired up.
Right.
He has his stuff. He is a bit of a lunatic, but like a rah-rah lunatic in the NBA. So, again, Joe Mazzulla is the Dan Campbell of the NBA. Travis, Factor Cap.
Fact. That is a very Dan Campbell-y sort of thing to say, that, lions never defend, they attack, right?
Yes.
That is a very
What about lemurs?
I don't know about lemurs, pythons, or camels. They may be more defense-oriented. Yes. The more I think about it, the more that the older I get, the more open I am to other potential ways to do things. That sort of stuff doesn't work on me.
It doesn't?
It doesn't.
Really?
It doesn't.
The rah-rah?
It doesn't work on me. It does not work on me, but I get why it would for someone else. So if it works for him and his team responds, and it clearly did, they won the title, then good on him. But I would be the guy rolling my eyes in the back of the room.
You're that guy?
Yeah.
See, I would have busted my head on a locker for you, and it wouldn't have made no difference for you. But I got to say, Cap, because Mazzulla is a champion, right? Yeah, Campbell's still trying to get there. So
so you're putting in the same box that I put Josh
one
Allen
of them
in.
is
Okay.
real.
Easier Geno Smith.
One of them is real. Yes, dating Jerry Seinfeld. Yes, but he watches The Town before every game.
Yeah, he's watched The Town like a bajillion
good
times.
movie.
I love
he
that
quotes
movie.
The Town a lot.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
He
Yes.
had the team watch The Town before a game together because he likes it so much, and because Boston.
So Jeremy Renner in that movie.
Yes.
Right? He did I thought he was a real Bostonian. Like that's a very specific
the accent.
accent. Like sometimes you can tell an accent like somebody can do one or they can't do one,
Yeah.
but rarely do you think like that. Like when you hear Damon or Affleck slip into that Bostonian thing, it's entirely organic and natural. That Renner was able to do it like that was next level.
I almost jabbed him, by the way.
Renner?
He's a Niner fan.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in one of those lower boxes, and he told me to get the blank out of the way.
Oh, he should.
As I'm doing my job.
You know, he's pretty tough. He got run over
I
by a
don't
snowplow
care.
and survived.
You were about to get chokeslammed. This is before the snowplow. Yeah, I was about to slam Hawkeye.
Speaking of like Boston accents,
Yeah, Hawkeye was going to get it. Yeah, man, hold on now. Bruh, wait, this ain't no movie.
I was watching this show yesterday. It just got on Netflix. I know it's not a new show, but it was on AMC. It's called Kevin Can F Himself. And it's starring Annie Murphy, who was in Schitt's Creek. But
I know her.
I like this show a lot, and I was really engaged with the show. I watched 2 episodes last night, but I also am caught up on the accents. But I think the accents are supposed to be bad because that's the kind of concept of the show. But like the accents are pretty bad. I'm like, I'm bumping up against that. So Jorge, what do you think though about Joe Mazzulla is the Dan Campbell NBA?
I think there's specific guys for this kind of role. You know, those guys are good at what they do and they separate themselves from like the rest of the group. It wouldn't work on me either. I'm not gonna bang my head on the locker for these guys either. Just give me some headphones, music, or let me drive quietly and let me just.
And it's not a one size fit all, right? Like if it works for you, great.
Yeah.
But I will be prepared. And I'm going to give you everything I got.
Yeah.
But you telling me that I'm a lion and we don't back up, I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fine.
Really? Oh, come on, man. I worked hard on that speech. I worked hard on that.
Good. I hope it worked on somebody else because I know the playbook. I'm ready to go. I'm going to give you what I got.
Wow.
But,
Kirk has great pump-up speeches before at the last segment of our pregame show. Come on, Travis.
Yes.
I am ready to go play.
Thank you.
With or without the speech.
Yep.
All right. So on Monday, Monday Night Countdown, it was Jason Kelsey's first time doing Monday Night Countdown officially, not in his preseason mode. And they were in San Francisco, and he had packed his bag, and he had not brought the right outfit.
Yep.
Okay, so he left in the truck, I guess his truck that stayed in Philadelphia or a truck somewhere, his suit. So he had to scramble before Monday Night Countdown to find a suit. So he had to go to the mall. He's got an offensive lineman's body still somewhat, so
What does
it's
that
not
mean?
always easy to find what you want at the mall. You
Off
can-
the rack can be a challenge.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so his first opening 30 segments of the show, he pointed out that one of his buttons is a little showed a little bit more than it probably should have. So anyway, his suit was a little tight, but we'll see if on Monday he has a better suit. So my statement though is, you've ever had to find an emergency nice outfit? So you're stuck somewhere. Again, like Jason's scenario where you don't have your bag, you've ever had to find an emergency nice outfit. DeMarco, fact or
Oh, fact. Look at my body. Of course. Something that fit when I left don't fit when I got there. Or I didn't pack right. It's hot and I'm sweating all over the place. Yeah, I need some more clothes.
You packed the aspirational stuff instead
Yes.
of the actually fits.
What is it? Rep big and tall?
Yeah.
That changed to XL? Lifesaver for big dudes. I'm sure that's where he went. Absolutely fact.
Do you remember anything specific like you forgot XYZ?
Let's see. I had these cotton and wool clothes, and I was doing we were doing the Pop Warner Super Bowl.
Okay.
In Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah, I brought the wrong.
You were showing.
Oh my God, I was drenched. Like all the stuff we shot, like it's great, but we can't use any of it.
Oh, is that bad?
We're gonna have to come back and do it again tomorrow. And we're gonna take you shopping. It was like all dark colors and heavy. It was just bad.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, fact. I was a groomsman at Jim Rome's wedding. Okay, and I was a last minute ad. Somebody else that was supposed to be there for I don't even know why couldn't come. So I was.
You're brought off the bench.
I was called up from AAA at the last minute to come in. Right.
Yeah.
And so I had to go to the tuxedo place like the day before the wedding. And they put all the stuff together, and okay, here you go. I didn't even look at the bag. I just took the bag, right, and said, cool, thank you. Travel to Napa for the wedding, and we're getting ready to go do pictures and all that kind of stuff. And I open the tux bag. There's no pants in the bag.
Oh, no. Oh,
it's
no.
the jacket, the shirt, the tie, the shoes, like all the... No
and
pants.
you're at the wedding.
The wedding's in like 5 hours.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I had to go to Kmart in Napa and buy a pair of black pants that did not look anything like tuxedo pants. They were like Dickies.
Oh.
Right? Because, it's the only thing that would fit me.
It's black.
So I was the guy wearing Dickies at a very nice wedding in a tuxedo and Dickie pants.
Did you pull it off, though?
No one knew.
No one knew.
No one knew.
No one
Like,
cared.
I started telling everybody because I thought it was funny.
Tell you?
Huh?
Did no one tell you?
No, nobody brought it up, and when maybe they know, but they're black pants, and men's other than having that stripe down the leg, that's also black.
I guess you're not looking there anyway, right?
It wasn't like
DeMarco, you could wear any pants you want for the next 10 years that we do the show together. I would never notice what kind of pants.
Never.
You have.
Okay, that's fair.
It wasn't like in Michael Scott in the office when he wears the women's suits.
There's no pockets on the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jorge, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I was working on an award show, like one of these. It's my first couple years in TV, and I'm working this award show. And they're like, you got to dress nice the day of because you're gonna be walking around interviewing. Not me, but I'm the camera guy, and I'm going from dressing room to dressing room or just different locations around the backstage area. So I got to be dressing nice. On one of these things, I dropped. I think it was one of my batteries. I was changing out batteries, so I squatted down to get it, and
you rip your pants.
Yeah.
Up the seam?
Mm-hmm.
Like the backside?
The backside. Yeah.
You gotta bust out.
So I have, black boxers, whatever. You can't see it, but still, like, I don't feel comfortable. Luckily, the makeup guys or the wardrobe guys are there. They're like, yo, we got a spare of pants for you, but I didn't have to buy
spackle you back together?
Yeah. Right. But it's one of those situations. You drop something, you bend over and rip. Yeah.
And just some Rams news coming across, too, for their game this weekend against the Cardinals. Cardinals have placed their right tackle, Jonah Williams, on injured reserve, as well as Max Melton, their cornerback for Cardinals, is going through concussion protocol. So 2 people that the Rams might not have to face on Sunday.
I'm expecting Kyron to run right through them again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they fixed their issues on defense.
Well, Kyron was always really locked up. Or I'm sorry, I think you said Kyren. Yeah. I was saying
Kyron averaged almost 7 yards a carry against them.
How about a lot of him and a little bit of Blake Corum?
I think that's how you get over a struggling offensive line is you run the football.
And I want to go back to something real quick. As a woman, like you to try to make the emergency wardrobe change for a guy feels much easier than for a woman.
Well, no one cares about us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever have that?
You probably wouldn't get in that scenario where you don't pack something or you leave something at home. So that really isn't something that I can't see a place where I knew I had to wear this dress for this event and it just doesn't get my bag. But if for some reason like it rips or like something gets on it, then it's really hard to find something. Even no matter what size you are, it's really hard to find something that you need for an event. So you usually just go to the mall in whatever place you are.
Black pants.
Yeah.
White shirt. We can pull off anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
And a jacket.
Yeah.
We got it.
Jacket doesn't even need to fit.
No.
Unless you're like Chris
Safety
Farley
pins.
and Tommy Boy.
There you go.
You're good to go.
V-neck and a blazer. You're good.
We're good. Yes, see?
Factor Caps brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand. And, of course, you can go online at normandlegal.com. Pick up the phone and give Joe a call. 213-747-2000. I want to get into quarterbacks and whether or not your deal matters. It's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Join ESPN LA at Hollywood Park Casino in the Rays Lounge for a Hispanic Heritage Month celebration on Wednesday, September 11th. The festivities kick off with a live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. with Sedano and Cappy, followed by a roundtable with Hall of Famer and Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín, George Sedano, LAFC's own Ilya Sanchez, and the great Mario Ruiz. Don't miss this unmatchable event on Wednesday, September 11th. To reserve your spot and win a VIP pass, go to ESPNLA.com. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay. Listen up, sports fans. Gear up for your next game day hang with your friends. What's on the menu? Sliders, wings, chips, and salsa? Well, all your favorite game day foods go great with Stella Rosa wines, a semi-sweet and semi-sparkling wine that must be served chilled. Stella Rosa can be found at your local retailer, so remember to grab a couple bottles next time you shop. Nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. Please celebrate responsibly.
'89 in high school?
89.
Okay, me too.
We're bad. We're fine with the class of 89. Yes, sir.
Which high school did you go to?
John F. Kennedy High School, Richmond, California.
The Fighting what?
We're the Eagles.
The Eagles.
The Mighty Eagles.
Okay, the Mighty Eagles.
Mighty Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
On the road to victory.
Yes.
Okay, so I like to know mascots. I don't know if you know this about me. I have a mascot preoccupation. I like to know what everything is.
Are you a gaucho?
I'm a college gaucho and a high school Apache.
Apache?
Yeah.
What high school?
Arcadia High School.
Arcadia High School.
The Apaches.
The Apaches.
Class of
Can
89.
you still use
Get ready to
Apache?
hear that a lot.
They still are.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's above our pay grade. Yes.
Yeah, not my decision.
What's your high school name?
Nogales.
Nogales.
Nogales what?
What's the mascot?
Nobles.
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 Yeah.
Emily, it's alliterative with C's. Cougars?
Cougars is the mascot.
Yeah.
And high school is?
Oh, man.
Lemur.
Pride of Spotsylvania County, Cortland High School.
Cortland Cougars.
Okay.
Nogales Nobles. Kennedy Fly Eagles Fly.
That's right. Kennedy Eagles. Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. The reason I ask all of this is to get to the fact that I don't know if this is age-related or just me being a wuss.
What?
That it wasn't 900 degrees last night. Like, it was kind of a game changer for me.
That it's good or bad?
It was good.
I was so happy.
It's the first time I haven't woke up to go to work covered in sweat.
Yes.
In a very long time.
It's miserable.
Is that just me being an old man?
No, it's just
okay,
well, at least for me, I can't stand being like enveloped in heat all the time. It's miserable. Are you guys? You're younger. You feel the same way?
Oh, I loved it.
You love the heat?
You like the heat?
No, I loved
the cool weather.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Okay.
coolness of it, yes.
Emily, you
I
like the
hated
heat?
the heat?
Yeah, I haven't slept. I've been sleeping on top of my bed.
Yeah.
No
okay.
covers at all. Just
Mine are balled up in the corner of the
So
room.
happy.
Yeah.
Yes. So happy when it cooled off. Yes.
That's a nice
call your friends
feeling.
in Next Gen.
You
Get it
wake
nice
up
and
in the
cool.
morning and you're just head to toe sweaty. That's like, yeah, great.
Miserable. Yep.
This is going to be awesome.
Yes.
All right, so
You guys looked at me like if I love the heat.
I'm just
I was
asking.
like, yeah, the way you answered, you're like, I love it. I'm like,
Yes.
which part do
My
you love?
my daughter hated it because we were swimming every day after school. It's like, we're going for 1 hour. We're swimming. And she's like, okay. And then yesterday, it was cool.
No
We're not
swimming.
swimming today. She's like, oh,
Wait,
it's
she
darn
hated
it.
swimming?
No, she loves
Oh,
swimming.
loves swimming.
because of the
Okay,
heat.
yeah.
But I don't want to expose her to too much sun. It
Yeah.
was just too much. I'm like, we can go for an hour.
If I had camel and lemur money,
and magic pole.
yeah, the very first thing I'm getting is a swimming pool.
You think?
But you have
Oh,
one in your
yeah.
neighborhood.
Are you
don't
sure?
Yeah, because I've had houses that have them, and
Yeah.
I use it virtually every day.
They're like worse than boats, though. You're going to be fixing it
Maybe,
every year.
Maybe I've been lucky.
Yeah.
I did not have that
At all?
experience.
Okay.
No. Well, occasionally I have
Yeah.
something that needs to be fixed, but it wasn't boat maintenance.
It might be where I am because, the land is moving. Yes, but everybody where I live that has a pool hates it.
Well, you guys,
It's moving. Yeah, it's different.
you're moving.
There's leaks everywhere. Yeah. Okay, but I'm with you.
I don't do community pools. I need one in my backyard.
You're not a community pool guy?
Well, he has this whole. He was kicking over the germ factor.
Do you have a community pool?
Well, I used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Occasionally, would you go by? Would it be closed?
Yes.
You know why?
It was being cleaned.
Well, yeah. Do you know why it needed to be cleaned right there at that
No,
moment?
no.
But
I
there
don't
are
want to
powerful
know.
chemicals,
That's
Travis.
why.
Clean,
That's why.
chlorine. Come on. You're good.
Sometimes when you swim, you get a little water in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
That's why.
It doesn't happen every day, Travis. And there are powerful chemicals
it
that will
only
eliminate it.
happens when somebody has the decency to go and say, hey, listen, we had an accident in the pool. Okay?
Yes.
Because
No, you see it.
no, hold on. Here, I know that's what you think. Here's what happens. Little Junior is in the pool. Mom forgot to put a swim diaper on Little Junior.
Yeah.
Okay. Little Junior has an accident, and very quickly Mom scoops it up, puts it in the bag, and they haul.
That's not an accident for Little Junior. He did it on purpose.
But maybe Little Junior's 3.
Yes.
Maybe, and that's what I mean. Mom's embarrassed. She doesn't want to say anything. She doesn't want to call attention. So Mom very quickly, discreetly scoops it up, wraps it up, and hightails it out of there.
Oh, you're talking that. Oh, okay. I thought it was the other thing.
The other thing
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Huh?
Number 1 happens all the time.
I'm with you on that.
I've never seen a 2 in a pool.
They only shut it down for that.
They only shut it down for that.
If the pool was supposed to be open at 2 o'clock on a Wednesday and it's not, it's because something happened.
We got to stop. I was going swimming after this show.
Okay, but then
Go to the
also
ocean.
there's also like cleaning that has to be done. I have spent a lot of my life in a pool.
I know.
I've been a competitive swimmer for. Like, I was a competitive swimmer for 15 years. I was a water polo player for 4 years. And now swimming is my favorite activity. Like, I love to go swimming. It's the highlight of most of my days is going and swimming.
How should we take that?
I was so happy until you started this. Yeah, I couldn't wait to swim.
I have probably only thought about the grossness of the pool maybe one time, and it's because the pool is too hot. If the pool is too warm, that's when you feel it.
Yep.
They keep the pool cold. They have chillers, but there are.
Oh, there's no chance you're getting in a public hot tub.
I have worked as a lifeguard.
I would Ronnie Lott myself and cut my fingers off one by one before I'm public hot tubbing.
I've been a lifeguard. Do you know how much chemicals they put into this pool to make sure that this is not spread?
I'm not saying that after they've cleaned it, it's not clean. That's not my argument.
They clean it every day. They put chemicals in every day.
Look, that pool, I can see it more or less from my house. There's not a pool crew there every day. They're there frequently, but not every day. And little Johnny is in the pool every day.
See, I'm going swimming.
And Mom is embarrassed because little Johnny wasn't properly
How did we get on this? What were you going to say?
To cool off in the pool.
Oh, to cool off in the pool. Okay.
Jorge was talking about how he takes his daughter swimming
You're
every
not
day.
messing up the rest of my day. I'm going swimming. Yes.
You are fine. Go to public
Thank
pools.
you.
They are fine.
Goggles and a gag.
Come on. If we're near a pool, you're going in.
I'm going swimming.
If you and I are near a pool, I'm pushing you in. I'm just letting you know.
Just make sure my head doesn't go below the water, right? I can wash the rest of my body, but
I
my
want to see your
gosh.
face. Oh my
gosh. All right, let's go back to the quarterbacks. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Who's this good-looking dude?
That's you, brother.
That's me, DeMarco Farr here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort and Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get yourself stuck in traffic when you can be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than an hour? Pechanga gives all guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort, exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf, you name it. Let's not forget the round-the-clock gaming excitement. The immense casino floor. Wait until you see this. It is huge. 1,100 hotel rooms and suites. The spa, the golf course, 20 bars, restaurants, and so much more make Pechanga Resort and Casino one of the largest resort casinos in the country. Come see why readers of Newsweek, USA Today voted Pechanga Resort the best casino experience outside of Las Vegas. So whether your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside like the rest of us in this room outside of Travis, or putting on a great bet on blackjack, Pechanga Resort and Casino is waiting for you. Visit Pechanga.com or call this number, 888-PECHANGA, to book your reservation or for more information. Also, you can follow them on Instagram at Pechanga Casino for up-to-the-minute news and info. And I and the rest of us outside of Trav will see you at the pool.
710 ESPN, the destination for LA sports this fall.
Here comes LeBron and slam dunk right in Paul George's face and a foul.
Lakers basketball.
Got it back. Another three. Good. What a night for Austin Reeves.
Rams football.
Cup of the 6. Cup to the pylon. Touchdown, Cooper Cup. Touchdown, LA.
The USC Trojans.
Hands off the marks. Up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown. They're going wild in half of this stadium as the Trojans are going to pull off the upset. How do you do?
LAFC.
Oh, flip for LA Football Club. Did he?
The LA Kings. And Angels baseball.
The all-new ESPN LA app, your destination for LA sports.
John Ireland here. Hey, look, your smile matters, so let's help you and your kids get a brighter, healthier smile. Dr. Monica Madden at Beverly Hills Orthodontics is born and raised in LA and is also a mom herself, so she understands what kids need and ensures a comfortable and friendly experience for all. Your kid's smile will be in expert hands. Check them out today at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com or call 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. That's 877-753-8736, BeverlyHillsOrtho.com.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcast.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So I get the video from you this morning, right? The morning wake-up call, get your ass up.
Yes, get your ass up. Go to work.
And usually you start talking right when the video starts rolling.
Yeah.
Today it was just thump, thump, thump.
Let my feet do the talking.
So
Dang
good.
right.
So
Yes.
good.
Come on now.
So-
Is everybody getting those?
You're
getting them?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
need to put everybody on one. Cap got mad at me.
Oh.
Did you know this?
About?
Because he thought I was just sending like videos to him.
So he wants to be exclusive.
Yeah, and he found out I was sending it to everyone.
It's a show thing, Cap. Sorry.
Yeah.
You were running around on him.
No, I'm just sending
Well,
videos.
you never had a conversation about being exclusive.
See, this is the hooking up with Tommy Davis. No.
Yeah.
See, no, that's not how this is not going.
I don't
No.
know what. See, yours is inspirational because you're out there 4:30 in the morning or whatever it is.
4:45 this morning.
4:45 in the
Yeah.
morning. Mine's just when I get home from work, so I don't feel like it's the same thing.
Well,
Doesn't
send
count
it.
as much.
I want to know you're doing it,
All right.
and I want some
I'm doing
evidence.
it.
It's dark in that park, and there's coyotes. I want you guys to know if I don't come back where I was.
Where to look, where
Yes,
to start the trail.
I sent
Absolutely.
you pictures of the public pool that I went to.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I didn't notice anybody in a hazmat team cleaning it up.
Yeah, because it's a clean pool. Okay?
Yeah, with like those space suits with the guys with the shield,
Oh my God.
like in Monsters Inc. when they come rushing
Wow.
in to get the little kid out of there.
2319.
2319, that's it.
Yes.
The one I sent you to, they were doing long course, which is the Olympic size lanes.
Yeah.
And so it's 50 yards is a one lap instead of the 25 yards is the short course or whatever. And I hate
50 yards.
I hate the 50-yard ones because all the slow people in my lane don't know how to swim in a circle swim, and I have to go around them, and no one communicates, and I'm just like, get out of my way.
That's how I feel when I walk. Right there.
There's people out at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, that's why I walk in the morning.
Oh.
Yes, the old people aren't out, and they don't. That's why I play the music loud.
Okay, I got a question for
Yeah.
you. This happened to me 2 days ago. The way that I go around, there's there's a couple of spots where I'll double loop it just to add more distance.
Yeah,
right.
more steps.
Right. So there's 3 parks that I walk by on my walk, and I always do 2 laps around the park.
Okay.
Each park.
Yes.
Right. So more often than not, there's a person in these parks.
Yeah.
And as I'm looping through, the first time through, 9 out of 10 times, hey, how you doing? Have a nice day.
Yeah.
They don't know I'm coming back a second time.
Oh.
They always double down on a second hello. I'm like, we've already done this.
Oh, I'm
do you
sorry,
have to, do you have
Trav.
to say hello twice?
I do.
You're a double hello guy?
I say hello every time I see
Every
you.
t-
What's up? Encourage.
You just saw me 30 seconds ago.
I know. What's up again? Good to see you. We're still out here together.
Okay,
We're
maybe it's a me
competing.
thing.
Yeah. My only thing is, like, which way do you go on a track? Which way do people...
The way that you would race on the track.
So which way you're turning left?
Hold on. It's counterclockwise.
Yeah,
Yes, you're turning left.
You're turning left.
Yeah.
Auto racing, you're turning left.
Yes.
I can't stand when people go the other way. Why do they do that?
Maybe they're European.
I don't care. There's 50 of us out here going this way, and you're going that way.
You walk on the track?
Well, it's a track. It's a trail.
Like
but
a loop.
It's a loop, and we're all going the same way except for one guy.
I remember the first time I saw a European horse race.
Yeah.
They run the other direction.
It's backwards?
It's backwards.
I got to
and
see this.
Bizarre. It just
Oh.
doesn't look right at all.
Another thing.
Like as weird
Yeah.
as it looks when somebody's sitting on the right side of the car with the
Yeah.
steering wheel, it's even more
The mailman.
disorienting than that.
The mailman. They
Yeah,
run the
they
right
got
side.
all drive
Yeah.
mailman cars.
They what?
Mailman.
Yeah, the
right on
mailman has
right
the
side.
steering wheel on the right side.
Never noticed that?
You mean like our mailmen here? Yeah, they're on the other
So
side.
they can like.
I
get
thought
out
you meant
real
in a
quick and
horse
get
race.
away.
No, I'm like, what?
Did you not know that all European jockeys are
Yes.
also postmen?
Am I asleep right now? What just happened? Wow.
Deliver that bag of,
Yes.
of donuts and then make sure you ride in the
I
third.
was lost for a minute. Okay, I'm with the group now. Okay.
You're a horse racing guy?
Every now and then.
It's a pretty good day. Like I don't know anything about horse racing. I don't know good bets, bad bets, anything. A day at the track, DeMarco?
Yeah. I went to a few. I did. I had fun, but then I saw something.
We'll have Cappy
Yeah.
set us up at Del Mar. He's like the mayor of Del Mar.
He's trying to sell us a horse, though.
No, I don't want a horse.
He's trying to sell us. He's trying to get us to buy into a horse.
I'm not buying. First of all, even if I wanted to buy
the
into a
horse-
horse, I can't do it. What I can buy into are multiple Coors Lights.
Is that Pepe?
Basically,
Yes.
20K just a party, right? Is
Yes.
that what it is? Like that's what it comes out to.
And the guy, he said, like
Yeah.
like if you give him 20, you're going to get back 15.
Oh my God!
Yeah, does this sound like this sounds like an AP deal, Adrian Peterson deal, right?
You can buy the horse
Right.
or rent a lemur.
Thank you. I'd rather rent the lemur and have an ice.
At least you don't have to feed the
Yes.
lemur at the end of the day
And
or
an ice
hire
throne. Right.
I do like a good nice ice sculpture. It does
Thank
it's
you.
an elevated event.
Okay, wait. 10 years, 700 million. That's Shohei, right? Mm-hmm. He can have that party.
Oh yeah.
He can have that party right now.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just don't let Ipe be the guy that's paying the bills. That went away pretty quick. Huh?
It does.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Look, there's a number. It was like Shaq. Shaq's never
Shaq
running
can
out
have
of
that
money.
party. Yes.
Shaq's
Okay.
never running out of money. LeBron's never running out of
Too
money.
many streams of income.
There-
to
yeah,
never have.
there's
Yes.
just two. Like Adrian Peterson's income string was football.
Yes.
The second that was it, I would imagine most of his income was.
I think he
Gonzo.
was trying to get a second stream
Yeah.
of income, and it went south on him.
Yeah.
It went south for a lot of guys.
If Shohei wants
yeah.
lemurs, he gets lemurs.
He gets no
He
doubt.
wants to pitch the ninth inning in the playoffs and have lemurs. That's his demand.
Keep saying it. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
Keep saying it. It's going to happen.
I
But-
don't think so, but I hope so.
But just remember, it may cost him the rest of his pitching career. But you'll get your World Series. The Dodgers will finally get that World Series you guys have been looking for.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Guys that have had 2 arm surgeries,
Yes.
for the most part, have not fared particularly well when they come back from the second one.
Yes.
There's some guys that have, but more have not than have. What are we sacrificing, really?
Yeah, he's not going to be as good, so
I'm
why
saying,
not?
So let's say if on a scale of 1 to 10, he was an 8.5 when he was
Yeah.
at his best, okay?
Yeah.
And that might be a little low. Maybe he's a 9.
Okay.
What if he's a 6.5?
Then you throw it and say the heck with it. Even
Right.
if he was at 10, if you want to get the World Series, you go ahead and do it.
I think
But
you
it may
move
cost
heaven and
you the next 3 years. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off. You'd be fine with that. Because he'd just be a hitter.
If he were just a pitcher, I think it's a different calculus. But
Yeah.
you're still getting the best player in the league or something very close to it if he's just an offensive player.
Yeah. I hope he starts to put heat, if that's the truth, and you need a spot. And he says, I want to do it. That would really...
He has just been so disciplined in not being provocative. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to the point of it's just kind of like, dude, come on. Like, I'm not saying he's got to be Carrot Top and running around being a
Yeah.
crazy person.
You don't have to be a jerk. Yeah.
No, but if he said, if the question were asked, hey, you threw another bullpen, how you feeling? If his answer was, I feel great, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
That it's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. I feel great, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do whatever they ask me to do.
Can you imagine if that conversation happened, if it happened after you lost in the first round because of pitching, and then you ask him, were you ready? Yeah, I was ready. right.
But you could maybe see that happening.
Of course you could. That's what I'm saying. If he's
Because
ready.
I think if a reporter asked him, I think he'd answer truthfully.
Of course he would. And your man, your friend, your best friend, your pal for life, Oral, said he was ready. I trust Oral. I trust you.
I trust Oral too, and
Yeah.
I'm not. I think the way that they operate is so conservative. They're really conservative operators to risk him. And I don't.
Well, his pitching.
Yes. Yeah. Let's say it was. Let's use Tony Gonsolin as an example. This is a perfect example.
Yeah.
So Gonsolin is doing minor league rehab work, right? So he had his arm rebuilt too, or he had an arm surgery. I should be
Tommy John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's they all get it, whatever. But it's his first one. And Dave Roberts said that he does not envision him pitching for this team this season unless it's a quote crazy scenario.
You're almost there.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close. If Tony Gonsolin is the guy, like, look, we can try it. If the worst case scenario happens, that would be awful, but we're willing to live with whatever happens to try to win the World Series. Okay. You could find other guys to fill the Tony Gonsolin role, right? Tony Gonsolin, he's a replaceable asset. Shohei is not, and the asset is so expensive. If it were a Gonsolin type of player, I think you just go for it.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing that could happen?
Expendable.
And if it's Shohei, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, you lost the two-way guy way sooner than you were prepared for it.
Well, that's another question. $700 million, is one enough?
No,
World Series enough to justify that deal?
Okay, I thought you were talking about is doing one thing enough.
No, is one World Series enough for $700 million? Because like I'm just saying, this is the worst case. Say he pitches, you get the World Series, but then he can't pitch again. Or you damage him for the rest of his career. But you got the one. Is it worth it?
Okay. The answer is no. But I want to play this out. From an economic standpoint, it's already worth it. Whatever happens, the Dodgers made their money back on this.
On him already?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that
bobbleheads?
Off of everything that he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Off of opening up the Japanese market to a degree that's never been opened like that.
Fair enough.
Off of the endorsement, because that money that comes in from outside of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Like does
that go to them or baseball?
The national stuff goes to everyone. It gets spread around, gear and things like that. But the in-stadium stuff is all theirs.
Oh, they're making bank. Yeah.
So it paid for itself the moment they did it, more or less. So from an economic standpoint, it's already worth it. From a baseball standpoint, if you said Shohei Ohtani wins one World Series with the Dodgers over 10 years, that feels like the bare minimum, doesn't it?
It does. But I'm assuming, like, if you get this one and without him pitching, when he starts to pitch, I'm assuming we're going to be right back here next year talking about the same stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The same pressures.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you win a World Series, well, I guess if they win a World Series, you'd be okay with a down year the next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be okay with it.
It buys you, worst case scenario, 2 or 3 seasons.
2 or 3
where
seasons.
It just look, and especially because the Dodgers, when they did win in 2020, it was that's cool, but that isn't a real thing. I disagree with that, but I understand that.
Yeah,
they played a 60-game season.
Right.
You didn't play in front of hostile fans. It was just bizarre.
So if you do it the right way, the traditional way, and you win, you get 3 years. Okay.
I think 3. If you're the San Diego Padres, you get 10 years.
Then I'm definitely.
15,
I mean,
the Nationals still have a lot of
yes.
and they got one in 2019. Yeah.
Then I'm definitely pitching him if he's ready. If he's close to ready, and I have a hole, definitely.
If you were him, do you go to them privately and say, listen, I know what you're thinking. I want to do this.
Yes, absolutely. Well, if he's like the guys that I came up with, the athletes, and if he's a competitor and you're doing it for your guys, your teammates, and for your city, absolutely. If you have a hole and a need, I used to volunteer for special teams. If you have a hole and a need, I'll do it.
You wedge buster?
Well, the other way. I'll be in the wedge. I ain't busting it. Yeah. I need the option.
Is that the worst job in football?
Oh,
I know it doesn't exist anymore.
As a matter of fact, do you guys want to talk to Ron Wolfley? He's their color guy for the Cardinals.
Sure.
He's so much fun to talk to.
Was he a wedge buster?
He's the last of the original wedge busters.
No kidding.
So he would knock himself out. We'd get the spatula, pick him up, take him off, and then make fun of him. This is when concussions were funny. Yeah, he would be that guy. Like, yes, he would scream onside kick. Watch the onside kick. And we'd be like, we have the ball, Ron. It's okay. I know, but watch the onside kick. He's a great dude. But yeah, he's the last of the wedge busters. But yeah, if you really are about your guys and about winning and there's a need and you can fill it, absolutely you should volunteer. And if they say no, make it public.
Ooh,
it public.
I'll stop short of that.
Yeah.
I hope he goes to him, says if in fact he's ready. But you really want to pee in the pool year one Because that's
You're stuck on this pool thing, right?
I know what I'm doing. That's one of those year one, and now our relationship is, dude, you really had to put me on blast like that? You really had to talk about our private conversations publicly because you didn't get what you wanted?
But he could help.
That's separate.
Yeah.
But if you and I had a thing, right?
Yeah.
And you came to me with something, and I said, listen, I hear you, I understand it, but I think and I'm your boss in this scenario.
Yeah.
I said, I understand what you want. We're not going to do that. Here's why. This is why the decision I'm making. If you just instantly turned around and said, yeah, I want to do it, he would say no.
Okay, so you're saying no to me, then I'm
Really?
asking. You're going to say no to me, then what's your option? Give me an option. Let's just say Joe Kelly.
We're going to hope that the other guys step up and deliver.
You're going to pitch him instead of me, and I'm ready.
Because I need to protect you from yourself. That's why. It's not that I think he's better than you. It's not that I think he gives us necessarily a better chance. I need you for the next 10 years to be you. I don't need you to be you maybe for 1 or 2 nights, and then I get half of you for the next 5 or 6 years.
This is when you get the tomorrow is not guaranteed from DeMarco, and I'm pitching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pitching
Look,
right now. You're paying me a lot of money to be that guy. I want to pitch.
If they said, game 1, NLDS, Shohei Ohtani has told the team he's ready to pitch, and they are seriously considering it, I'm all in.
Think about what that would do for baseball.
Oh, my God.
Come on.
Well, dude, they played an exhibition thing.
Yeah.
Again, that people aren't quite sure about, the World Baseball Classic. And it's not the Olympics. It's not. It's like, yeah, this is kind of fun. Most of these guys are big leaguers. And Ohtani versus Trout was the best thing we've ever seen.
Come on. Weren't you riveted? It
was awesome.
Awesome, yes. And you'll get more of that. If he's ready to go. Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani's batting .215 with runners in scoring position.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's not very good.
It's very bad.
How? No, that's not possible. That's
307 with nobody on. And the reason I bring it up is because of the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
That dude, in the moment, had a double that knocked in a run, pumping his fist at second base, and then went out there and struck out one of the great hitters of his generation.
Amazing. But how do you explain it? With runners in scoring position, 207?
A little too much? Trying to do a little too much?
You think so? Okay.
Maybe. I don't
That's
know what
fair.
else it could be.
I guess that's fair. I mean, you're trying to be the big guy,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't know.
I wonder how they're pitching him. Yeah.
I mean, you would think with guys on base, he's going to get better pitches to hit.
You think, right?
You'd think.
Okay.
You don't want to walk guys with guys on base.
That's very angel-like.
I heard that last night, and I'm like, what? I knew it was down, but I didn't know
How
it was
dare you
100
put that in the
points.
universe?
It can't always be. DeMarco, I was uncomfortable being as positive as
Sunshine
I was
and
with
lollipops.
Yamamoto. Yeah, puppy dog tails and
Yes.
all of that stuff. Rams are making some more moves along the way, and the question still keeps bubbling up. Should they have played guys sooner? That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
Cappy, you'd be a decent agent.
Hey, thanks, man. I mean, look, it would be awfully
You should
hard.
be DeAndre's agent. So DeMarco trains him, you be his agent.
Exactly.
Well, leave it to the brother right here. I will handle that for you, twin. You feel me?
I feel you, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Twin?
Yeah, I called him twin.
When did you learn that one?
I learned it yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I learned-
really?
I just learned twin.
From your daughter?
Do you know
No,
what-
I
do you know
learned
what
it from
twin
Tyreek
means?
Hill. I learned it from
no.
Tyreek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What do you mean, come on? I when he called those cops twin, I was like, what's that mean? And then I had to call some friends and be like, yo, what's up with twin? And they were like, oh, you can use it for dog, bruh, guy, dude. Anywhere where you would use those words, you can use
sir.
the word twin. So,
right.
DeAndre, today I'm trying to incorporate the word twin into my vocabulary.
All right, for sure.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
This is the Rams Report, presented by ZipRecruiter. Here's Travis Rogers.
As the Los Angeles Rams start preparing for their Week 2 matchup again on the road against the Arizona Cardinals, the number one question has to be the health of not just one or even two members of the offensive line, but rather the entire line, other than guard turned center turned guard again, Jonah Jackson. Joe Noteboom, who was filling in for the suspended Alaric Jackson, had to leave the game early, and he was replaced by third stringer A.J. Arcuri, who'd gotten most of his time on the practice squad. Steve Avila, who played every snap in 2023, didn't make it to the second half of game number 1 of 2024. That brings on Bo Limmer, a rookie out of Arkansas. Still waiting to find out whether or not right tackle Rob Havenstein will be ready to go in week 2 as well. I'm Travis Rogers.
That's today's Rams Report, presented by ZipRecruiter.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap, and I want to talk to you about Prize Picks. First, I want to tell you this. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. That's the first thing I want to tell you. So please, download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, and let's all play together, and let's all win together on Prize Picks. But here's what I really want to tell you. As we get ready for the football season, Prize Picks is trying to give you easy wins. I'll give you an example. Caleb Williams, for the entire month of September, every week, Caleb Williams, all he has to do is pass for 1 yard. That's it. Don't you think Caleb Williams is going to pass for more than 1 yard? Of course he is. But all he has to do is pass for 1 yard every football weekend in September for 4 weeks, and those are 4 easy W's. Let's take $10, turn it into $1,000, and let's all do it together on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, and they'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. We're going to win together. We're going to play together on Prize Picks.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
What?
I was gonna.
Talking about pools again.
No. I was thinking of something that you said last segment, and I was gonna ask you what's the funniest concussion you've ever seen, because you said back when concussions were funny,
they're hilarious.
Only they're are they still funny?
No,
or just not anymore. Right?
No. Now that we know what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, and
how
what
many
they can
concussions
do.
did you have?
Okay, so this is funny. Either I've had none or I've had hundreds. Right?
None
I've
seems
never
unlikely.
been out. I've never been knocked unconscious. I've never been like really loopy where I have to come out of the game because I don't know where the hell I am. But they say if you see a white flash, that's a concussion.
Yeah.
Well, dang, that's every play. Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, my God.
Every play?
1st and 10 against an all-pro guard, Larry Allen, that's a white flash as soon as his helmet hits yours.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a boom, and then you play again. So either I've had none or a lot. But I've never been loopy. We had a guy that got knocked, my first concussion in college, Joe Kralik. He got hit in practice, and we thought it was funny, and then he showed up in the lobby of the hotel, because we were here for the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Came downstairs in the lobby in his boxers, and had absolutely no idea where he was. He was just wandering the hotel.
How long after when he'd gotten hit in the head?
This was like 3 hours. This is before, like, there was no, you're not, if you get knocked silly.
Did he play?
Yeah, in the Rose Bowl, like 3 days later. Yeah, he got knocked. That's when they were hilarious. And then, stuff you see. But yeah, either I've had none or a lot.
So the Rams have made some more roster moves. They've Avila, we knew, was going on the injured list. Puka, we knew, was going on the injured list. Joe Nopum is on too.
Dang.
So they've added him to it as well. Free agent signings: Garon Christian, Dylan McMahon, and Akil Witherspoon have been added as well. I didn't know when you said yesterday you only get so many IR lists.
Yeah, designated to return guys.
Right. Because only 8 a year?
Yeah, you can really mess with that and save guys and protect guys, and you can use that to your advantage if you have too many. So
they've got Darius Williams.
Yep.
Avila, Nakua, Nopum. That's 4.
Yes.
And we've played 1 game.
And I think there might be one more.
Am I forgetting somebody?
I think you might be one more. I think you might be down to 2 or 3 left.
Holy smoke.
That's just how it is. That's part of it. Yes.
And so the idea, I keep coming back to this. If the idea is to be as healthy as possible at the beginning of the season, and that's why you don't play in the preseason, because and this is not just Rams specific, this is across the league.
Yeah.
The opening numbers in week 1, other than the viewership numbers, did you see that?
No.
Well, so Connor McDermott was another person.
Connor McDermott is the other.
Thank you. Yes.
21 million people per game on average.
They love football.
21 million? That's incredible.
Football.
Highest ever.
Everybody in this room has been talking about football for months.
Yeah.
We all love it.
That is crazy to me.
Yes.
But the idea, to going back to this, be as healthy as you can. The first week, the offenses were bad. Quarterbacks in particular were bad. The average passing yardage was something like the 160s. It was really, really low. Does one have anything to do with the other?
We said this earlier. September is the new August, and especially for offenses, if you don't get preseason, it's going to be hard to be in sync. And you had some holdouts. Some guys are just showing up to camp. So some of those numbers are going to be a little bit skewed. But Emily said this in our pre-show meeting, that the offenses are ahead of defenses early. No, it's actually the opposite.
Okay.
Defenses are easier to put in. The installation package is over in a week in training camp. So defenses hit the ground running, and then the offense starts to catch up. By November, by December, they are clicking and they are rolling. So hopefully the Rams will be on that if they get healthy.
Here's Troy Aikman talking about quarterback play early in the season.
I would agree partly that the fact that they don't play impacts things. You know, they don't work together as often in the offseason or in training camp as they once did, because a lot of players just simply aren't practicing because of the fear factor of injury. Quite simply, Scott, the quarterback play yesterday was not very good overall. In general, not very good. There were some really good performances, but I saw some really bad quarterback play. Now, you expect some of that from the rookies, of course, but there were some guys who were veteran players that just simply didn't play well.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but again, he's coming back off a major injury, right? An Achilles injury.
Watson was bad.
Watson's been bad for a while.
Yep.
So there are some explanations for some of these guys, but generally speaking, would you not have an advantage if you really, in the preseason, said, we're going to knock off some of this rust. We are going to play. We're going to go back more to what it was like when you were playing, which is you play a series or two, then you'll play a quarter, then you'll play a half, and then we're just going to be ready to go. Would there not be an advantage? And obviously there's injury risks, to be sure, but guys are dropping left and right anyway.
Everything goes in cycles, and you can return to some preseason. I think some preseason is good, but not a lot. And for people that say you need preseason, it's all fun and games until you lose Mahomes in a game that doesn't matter, and then you go back to square one. Imagine if Tom Brady or Peyton Manning were still on the field. Would you put them out there in preseason?
I would not put my quarterback out there, but I might put a lot of the other pieces.
But that doesn't help you as much because your guy is not out there. See what I mean? It's disjointed. So it's weird. It's hard. There's, like the Pro Bowl, there's no way to play football half speed. There's no way to play football safely. If you put a guy out there for preseason, even if it's just fun and games and giggles and whatnot, he can still get hurt and be out for the year, or just dinged a little bit.
Trying to find some sort of formula that is repetitions without risk. And
I like the joint practice.
You do?
I do like the joint practice
because you can't hit anybody. You can't hit the quarterback at least.
It's thud. That means you're not tackling guys to the ground, and it's not your guys, so you don't have to care about them. So you can really go hard and get some good work. Like in Houston, the Rams got great work versus Houston. Better than any camp you can ever have. So
Stafford was one of the few quarterbacks who had good numbers.
Yeah.
Like he put up numbers that looked like mid-season type of numbers. Is it that he just is smarter than the other guys, that he's more experienced, that he knows where to be?
He's older.
And he's in Detroit, and Jared's on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it meant a lot to him. But, I mean, look, it's no shock that these offenses are going to be kind of sputtering out of the gate, except for San Francisco. I think they do things a little bit different up there. They practice hard.
Yeah.
They go hard in practice, so that's just their tempo. They've developed that callus, and they run the football. I would expect Harbaugh and the Chargers to be like that next year and the following years.
Of all the teams that we saw opening week, the 49ers to me were the only team that went, yeah, that looks even better than I thought it might.
Yeah, they're physical.
They're physical, and they just looked sharp.
Yes.
It wasn't just that they kicked the tires off of the Jets. They looked really sharp doing it. Buffalo did not look sharp until the end. You saw Cincinnati look terrible in their game. The Rams, as good as Stafford was, there was some stuff that just didn't look mid-season. They're just the one team that looked like, oh my gosh, they might even be better.
San
Fran. A lot of stuff looked worse than.
Arizona looked great in the first 3 drives and then sputtered. Buffalo took a while to get started and they won the game. So it's just where you are, how you practice, who you had up or down.
When is it like, okay, no more, we're figuring it out week 3, 4? When is it this is just no longer part of the calculus?
Once you get through September, you are who you are. Yeah, look, it's going to take another week or 2 to figure out exactly who you are and what you can do. And then even if you're healthy, it takes a while to figure out. But if you have to deal with a lot of injuries like the Rams, it may take a little bit longer. And that's the thing. I don't think any preseason could help the Rams and how injured they've been. This is not because you didn't practice or didn't play in the preseason. This is all freak stuff.
Just bad luck.
Yeah, Joe got his ankle rolled up on. Same with Steve Avila. It's just things happen in football. And I would rather it happen in the regular season than in preseason because there's almost no excuse for that.
No, preseason it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't count for anything.
No.
Like, why am I trying if there's nothing to win?
No.
And I guess if you're competing for a position, it's different, but I'm not putting my guys out there.
Tua had a great day. Stafford had a great day. Mahomes. Baker Mayfield, your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're at the top. Yeah.
I like that he's my guy.
I think he had the best day.
I like that.
He did.
He had 4 touchdown passes.
Baker Mayfield had the best day of anybody playing. His passer rating was 146.4.
Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings have a new home.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season.
This fall, 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app is your home for every moment of the Los Angeles Kings.
Hear the excitement of Kings hockey this season in only one place. Easy to access, easy to find, easy to enjoy every Kings game and your favorite Kings podcasts.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Calling all tradespeople, maintenance, and facilities pros. DeWalt is hooking up you and a teammate with 2 tickets to the Rams home opener versus the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday the 22nd, plus a new DeWalt Tough System 2.0 DXL workstation. Just snap a pic of you and your team working hard on the job site and post it on @ESPN Los Angeles Facebook and Instagram with hashtag #MyDeWaltToughTeam. One lucky fan will score 2 tickets to the Rams vs 49ers and a new DeWalt Tough System 2.0 DXL workstation. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
With Sedano and Cappy, followed by a roundtable with Hall of Famer and Spanish language voice of the Dodgers, Jaime Jarrín, George Sedano, LAFC's own Ilya Sanchez, and the great Mario Ruiz. Don't miss this unmatchable event on Wednesday, September 11th. To reserve your spot and win a VIP pass, go to ESPNLA.com. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Must be 21 and older to enter. Elevate your game at Hollywood Park Casino.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch the most live NFL games all in one place, which means you can watch the Rams and the Colts and the Vikings and the Bengals and the Buccaneers and the Chargers, or whoever you're rooting for, all in your living room. But not literally, of course. That would be dangerous. Watch every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today. As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week at 12:30 p.m. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Hi, guys.
Hi there.
Bonjour.
All right. So on Monday night.
Ni hao.
Howdy, howdy.
After the game was over, Scott Van Pelt talks to a couple different guys, and he talked to George Kittle. And George Kittle is not a California native, I believe, right? Yes.
Went to Iowa. I don't know where he grew up.
Yeah. But Scott Van Pelt tried to relate to him and see what he was doing after the show in terms of like, oh, are you going to go to In-N-Out? And this was George Kittle's response to be talking about In-N-Out.
A, where's the party bus? B, how far is In-N-Out from here?
In-N-Out is probably less than 2 miles away.
All right.
It's across the street from our team hotel.
Okay, excellent. We need the party bus. We need your party bus to wait for us, me and Stanford Steve, and we need to go to In-N-Out. I don't care what people say. Someone said to me it was overrated on social media. I'll find you and fight you.
I don't think it's overrated. In-N-Out's a fantastic thing.
Oh, there's better?
No. In-N-Out is great. If you love In-N-Out, I get why you love In-N-Out.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, but I enjoy In-N-Out once in a while. But I'm not a big fast food guy anymore.
Oh, we can see that.
Yeah. No,
I'm old.
I don't need that.
I'm old and washed. I'm going to smash it.
When I'm retired, I'll get back into fast food maybe just a little bit.
All right, so George Kittle got put on the hot seat with that take. Trev?
I'm okay with it. Honestly, I think that I don't need to recite my In-N-Out credentials.
Yeah.
I think I've been, baptized
order?
into the double chopped chilies, animal style fries, and a pink lemonade.
Dang.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's what I get.
What's
right?
that cost?
It's $10.
That's perfect.
Yeah. It's not bad, but the people that dump on In-N-Out don't get it. So they're easy to. But he said, I like it. I just don't eat it a lot because I'm not eating fast food. That's a perfectly reasonable thing. If your thing is In-N-Out sucks because the fries, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the burger. We're talking about all. They don't have bacon. So what? Some places don't have everything. Keep it moving.
Make the line
Go to those
exactly.
places. Go to Wendy's.
Exactly.
Get out of line.
What's your order at In-N-Out?
I hate hearing anything positive from George Kittle. I do. I hate it. I want to hate you, but I like this guy. I wish he was our tight end. I love this dude. What's my In-N-Out?
Yeah.
It used to be, I used to get the, what do you call that? The lettuce wrap.
The animal, protein style.
Is it called
protein style?
I thought there was something else. It was another way to call it.
Flying Dutchman.
That's the one with the onion, though.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turned on to that one.
On the outside.
Yeah. No bun with the onions.
Yeah.
That's the one. Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
But I usually order it that way.
Yeah. That's
no bun
that's very good.
Nice.
And you're trying to cut carbs a little bit in that situation?
This is back when I ate meat and I would have the strawberry shake and 2 sets of fries.
Can I offer? Do you do shakes anymore?
No.
Not at all?
No, but I'm dying to go back. Why? What are you going to say?
Have you ever had the pleasure of a Neapolitan shake?
At In-N-Out?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Strawberry,
vanilla, and chocolate?
All three in the same cup, and they layer it, and so you get a little bit of all three.
Where have you been my whole life? I miss you.
I'm here to open doors.
How come I didn't know this? Did you know this?
Yeah.
You knew about the Neapolitan?
Oh, yeah.
You knew about this?
Yeah.
He told me about it, and I've ordered it, and it's fantastic.
It's fantastic? Okay.
And I honestly don't really eat or drink. Do you eat or drink a milkshake?
Either one.
Drink.
I think they're both.
I don't usually consume a milkshake very often because it just doesn't really sit well in my stomach, and I don't really crave it that much, but it was very good.
If you eat a milkshake, that's a Frosty.
Yeah, well, it's very thick milkshake.
In-N-Out's got some thick milkshakes.
Yeah, no. Well, you know why it's a good milkshake? Because it's made with ice cream.
Yes.
It's not made with something out of a bag that doesn't have any ice cream in it. It's made of milk.
It's real.
And ice cream.
Yes.
It's how you make a milkshake.
I have made Chick-fil-A's milkshakes many times in my life, and it is from a bag.
4x4, my man.
You're a 4x4 guy?
Oh, my
I used to do the 4x4.
What's the 4x4?
It's four patties for
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
4 patties and what?
4 slices of cheese.
So 4x4.
How do you do this and stay so small?
My uncle and I used to do it a lot. My uncle would call me, hey, bro, you want a 4x4? I'm like, I'll pick you up. Cool.
It's aggressive.
You don't eat for the rest of the day?
And not eat for the rest of the night, exactly.
Back in my days where I was making poorer food decisions, my order was the double animal-style chopped chilies, fries, and pink lemonade, and a cheeseburger to eat on the way home.
Oh, you left that part out?
Yeah. that was just the cheeseburger was just to get me to the front door.
Oh, my God.
So I didn't have, but now that was just 3 patties, 4. That's.
I don't know how people could hate on In-N-Out.
I always get my fries well done, so that's my addition to the order. And I typically get the salt on the side if I can, like no salt on the side.
They barely put any salt on it.
Yeah, but I'm also I
I'm with
don't
you.
love very salty fries.
Yeah,
So even that amount, I get a little
Like
bit.
them crispy or soft?
I'd rather
I like 'em
little
soft.
on the soft side than too far crispy, but I'm
Yeah.
with M. You got to well done them at In-N-Out.
Almost any thick cut French fry, I prefer well done. So like Wingstop has thick cut.
Yeah.
Again, they look like real fries too, like from a
Do you
real
still
potato.
eat fries?
I do. I love the big steak fries.
What about Del Taco's fries?
The crinkly cut?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I also order those.
Come on. Yes, sir. Yes.
I also order those well done, and also how you always get fresh fries.
hot.
Obviously, is
Yeah.
if you do them well done.
What's next?
Would it ruin In-N-Out if they had a plant-based burger? Would you
Ruin
be
it?
okay
No.
with it?
Yeah, look.
I don't know if they'd ever do it though.
It might open up a whole new clientele.
They do one or two things perfectly.
Okay.
They don't. Their model is not to, we're going to try to scratch everybody's back.
Yeah.
This is what we got.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they
take
don't
my
add
own
chicken,
advice.
they don't add-
Go someplace
this
else.
is
Okay.
what we do.
Okay.
You can have it or take it or leave it.
Chick-fil-A's even added non-chicken to the menu, and so In-N-Out feels like the only place that still
Okay.
does the one thing. So.
When I break the streak, that's where I'm going. Anyway, call me.
So on Friday, Paul Feinbaum on his show took a call, and this was again before Auburn played Cal. He took a caller, and this was Paul's interaction with that caller.
You mentioned it earlier this week that it is an ACC versus SEC matchup between the Cal Golden Bears and the Auburn Tigers. Is there any chance, Paul, that you think that the Auburn Tigers could be on upset alert this week?
There is no chance Auburn loses to Cal. None. Book it.
I'm good. You want to take a friendly wager on that, Paul? No money, no
I
dares
don't.
or bets.
I don't
straight
wager.
man-to-man, just
But I'll just. I mean, I just made a statement. You can take that or not. But I don't know how I can be any more emphatic.
Well, take that emphatic statement, Paul, and we'll see what happens on Monday. You are the greatest talk show host of all time, Paul. Thank you for taking my call, and roll damn Tide.
That's the smartest thing you've said in this conversation.
I thought he was going to say something else. Take it and,
So
place
one,
it somewhere.
Right.
The echo on that is they were doing it at the Kentucky Stadium, so it's like in the middle of all that stuff. But so after that, after the loss from where Auburn lost to Cal, Lane Kiffin has been on one. He quote tweeted this Paul Feinbaum snippet, and he said, "At Feinbaum, what are you good at again?"
Wow.
So that's pretty cold, right? And this is a long-running, quote-unquote, feud between Lane Kiffin and Paul Feinbaum. I think they both get something out of this. But is this cold from Lane Kiffin?
Very cold. I love it, though. What happened to Paul Feinbaum? What happened to him?
So
was he always this trolley?
He's always been this trolley, and Lane Kiffin's always been this trolley back to Paul Feinbaum. Lane Kiffin thinks that Paul kind of had a finger on the scale with the USC stuff, or compared him to like Miley Cyrus or something at the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of a running Lane Kiffin Paul Feinbaum feud since Lane's time at USC, and so.
Okay.
But I think they both are kind of tongue in cheek about it. I don't think it's actually
They're having
hating each other.
fun. But yeah, that is super cold. That's one way to shoot back. Yeah.
If you do this,
Yeah.
what we do, you're gonna that's gonna happen to you. They
Oh,
got
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but here we talked about this earlier this morning. I love guys that keep score.
Big time.
I love it. And Lane Kiffin is keeping track. He's keeping receipts. He's keeping score. He's remembering. He's waiting for that. And to your point, Em, about he's on one, he's never off one. Like Lane Kiffin is sitting around waiting for the opportunity. He's probably watching that game 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Feinbaum, what are you good at? Right?
Right.
That's what he's doing. But
Wow.
I respect it because that you nailed it, Em. He feels like part of the reason that he had trouble in some other places because Feinbaum was part of the process to make it hard for him, and he's firing back.
That's true.
I think they like each other probably
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but if I think you got me sacked from something and I got a chance to kind of whack back, I'm going to do it.
Of course. But Feinbaum is right. Cal beat Auburn?
That should never happen.
Cal beat Auburn, right?
Was it logarithms?
It must have something. My God. Really? The Cal Bears beat the Auburn Tigers.
Cal in the ACC.
Yes.
That just, no.
Dogs and cats living together.
ACC.
Like, that is just bizarre
That
to
doesn't
me.
work,
Like,
yes.
if Cal, all of a sudden I turned around and Cal was in the Mountain West, I'm like, yeah, that's weird, but okay, whatever.
Right.
Cal's in the WAC. Okay.
I wonder how that's playing in the South. You got beat by Berkeley. right.
I mean, is there anything more? I mean, what's I bet
anti-South?
I bet yes. Thank you. I got nothing out of that. What is the opposite of the American South? Cal.
Yes.
That's what is the opposite of the American.
The woke mob is coming for your Auburn Tigers.
We're going to kick your butt in football.
You just got your butts whipped by a bunch of nerds.
Going back to like a Cal being in the ACC is always weird. So back when in the Olympics, when Katie Ledecky won some golds, ACC tweeted out ACC alumni Katie Ledecky. It's like, no, she wasn't in the ACC when she was at Stanford, because she was at Stanford before the realignment.
Yeah, that's stolen valor.
Wow. You can't do it. She was part of the Pac-12 at the time, and so that's the Pac-12 championship.
Yeah, that's stolen valor. You can't do that.
But we don't have the Pac-12 anymore.
I know. Not for now.
Not for now? You're hoping?
I am not. Yes, I am hoping.
Me too.
I also think that you will see it exist again in a form very similar to the way that you and I envision it.
You mean they're coming back?
Yes.
You think so?
Not
How many years?
10.
10 years?
12.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm still heartbroken.
And it's not because the football won't work, and it's
Yeah.
not because the basketball won't work. It's because everything else is going to be a giant pain in the ass.
It's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
So they'll do the 12-team and then realign the Pac-12.
Sonano and I were having a conversation about this yesterday, and we're kind of on the same page. I think I don't know what it'll be called, but you're gonna go back to a little bit more regionality. You're gonna have the West, you're gonna have the Upper Midwest, you're gonna have the South, you're gonna have the East. That's kind of what it was for a long time.
That's the way it should be.
And that's the way that I think they'll figure out a way to share all the money.
Yeah.
They'll figure out a way that everybody gets what they need to get. But Cal and Stanford should play Oregon and Washington.
Thank you.
And not Rutgers and Maryland.
We have the Apple Cup next week.
Oregon and Oregon State play this weekend. The Civil War is this weekend.
That makes no sense.
None.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Oregon might want to show up for that, by the way.
You think so?
They have not looked very good the first 2 weeks.
No.
For a team that was thought to be a lock for the playoffs,
yes,
they have not looked locky.
And who has looked better? SC. Unreal.
They go into Michigan and win that game.
They're going to beat Michigan.
Let's go. The front door.
They're going to beat Michigan. Book it.
You think so?
I just did Feinbaum.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC Heat and Plumbing Company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
Do the Paul be like, that's the smartest thing you said all
That's the smartest thing you said all segment.
You sound just like him.
I like Feinbaum. I think he's really fun to listen
He's
to.
a good guy.
You worked with him, didn't you?
Yeah, I was their radio producer, board up for a year and a half. I took a lot of these calls. It's fun.
Oh, you talked with...
I was the call screener for a long time.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. The Dump, Super Crosstalk coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
The morning drive gets going with Unsportsmanlike. Greeny has your top stories each weekday from 7 to 9 a.m.
Then, introducing
The Travis and DeMarco Show from 9 to noon. Mason and Ireland follow from noon to 3. And the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Sedano and Cap, 3 to 6.
The new fall lineup of 710 ESPN.
John Ireland here. Let's talk about your smile. Meet Dr. Monica Madden at Beverly Hills Orthodontics, where they love supporting their athletes. Whether you're on the field, court, or track, Dr. Madden and her team will ensure you get the best orthodontic care to keep your smile strong and healthy. Check them out at BeverlyHillsOrtho.com or call 877-7-LET'S-DO-THIS. With 4 locations, your orthodontic treatment is convenient no matter where you are. 877-753-8736.
Calling all tradespeople, maintenance, and facilities pros. DeWalt is hooking up you and a teammate with 2 tickets to the Rams home opener versus the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday the 22nd, plus a new DeWalt Tough System 2.0 DXL workstation. Just snap a pic of you and your team working hard on the job site and post it on @ESPN Los Angeles Facebook and Instagram with hashtag #MyDeWaltToughTeam. One lucky fan will score 2 tickets to the Rams vs 49ers and a new DeWalt Tough System 2.0 DXL workstation. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you know it can now take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open position? Look, if you're hiring for a growing business, stop waiting and start using ZipRecruiter. 3.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs, and so should you. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now. It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
This should be sponsored by a swimming pool.
You think? Yes. Or short toilets.
Dude wipes. Remember those wipes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would work.
Did you say wipes?
Dude wipes.
Yeah,
right?
dude
You've
wipes.
seen the commercials
Of course,
for those.
yes.
They're pretty funny.
Yes.
They're pretty good. We were talking a minute ago about how everybody loves the NFL.
Everybody loves the
football.
league.
That's mostly true, unless you're in Carolina, where the cheapest ticket for week 2, they play the Chargers this week.
Yes, and this is the cheapest ticket across the NFL.
Yeah, this is the cheapest ticket in the league. It's $25. You can watch the Chargers and the Panthers play. The most expensive ticket for week 2, Saints in Dallas home opener, a shade over $2,500.
Really? Why the Saints and the Cowboys?
I don't
Cowboys
think the Saints
home
have a ton to do
opener.
with
Okay.
it. I think it's the Cowboys.
It's just the Cowboys opening up. Okay,
yeah.
And the $260 million
And
quarterback?
it's got to be the sweet deal, everything, like super expensive stuff.
Okay, let me throw this out there. $2,500 is a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
If you're set up in a suite and fed and all that stuff, it's a lot of money, but I would have guessed it was a lot higher than that.
$2,500 is a lot.
It's a ton.
Yeah.
It's a ton, but if I told you get a suite and fed and all that
like
stuff.
2 seats in the suite.
Yeah.
And then they feed you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess most time your suite has to be bought as a suite,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like an individual seat in the suite.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe this isn't for that, but it might be like a lot of these stadiums have these like special areas where you can get in.
I don't love suites.
You don't?
I don't get me wrong. You invite
a
me.
private bathroom?
You invite me. I'm showing up. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna drink your liquor and I'm gonna eat your food. And I'm
Everything.
gonna use your private bathroom.
Yeah.
I like being in the stands more. Because because especially in the new places, they usually have the glass up.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything.
Oh, no. I like the open seats.
Yeah.
I like the open suites. But yeah, I like to be in the suites. They're fun. They're a blast.
You
Yes.
like the bar.
The bar and the private bathroom. I don't have to fight for it.
the
Every
seat-
time we
is
go
the
to
seat the
Dallas,
appropriate height.
it's perfect, and it's got rails. They know, Jerry knows. But every time we go to Dallas, it's the best radio booth in the league.
Really? Why?
Because it's a suite.
Oh.
Most of them are built-in visiting radio booths
Yeah.
or rooms, and they're not very big.
And they're kind of in a corner typically,
I
too.
think this was the last thing on Jerry's mind when he was building that stadium. Oh, yeah, we need a suite for the radio booth. So we got the biggest suite and a bathroom. It's awesome. We love it.
That's not a bad deal.
It's a great deal.
Private bathroom's always a good
Yes.
deal. It was today in 1985. This is the second time we mentioned it today. Pete Rose passed Ty Cobb for the all-time hit list. He picked up his 4,192nd hit off of the late Eric Shaw, who you may remember this. Pete gets the hit, standing O, obviously, all that stuff. And it was a long standing ovation. There was a lot of time between when the hit happened and when the game resumed. Shaw just sat down on the rubber on the mound. Just sat there for like 10 minutes, just kind of sitting there with his hands over his knees, just watching the whole thing go.
Wow. I mean, I guess you have to, right? What else are you going to do?
You're not going to keep throwing pitches.
No.
You don't know when it's going to end, but it just was such a weird. He's just sitting in the dirt on the mound.
That's not disrespectful.
I don't think so. It's just weird more than it was disrespectful.
Getting out of the shot. There's a Netflix, Charlie Hustle.
It's Max.
Max.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I liked it too.
It was great.
I liked it too.
Generate any sympathy for you for Pete Rose
The
in the Hall of Fame?
opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
He's exactly where he needs to be.
I did not hold Pete Rose in high regard to begin with, and I hold him in lower regard after watching.
What about just as a player?
Well, he's a great player.
Great player.
Yeah.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
One of the best ever.
Yeah.
One of the best to ever do it.
He was one of the great hitters of all time.
But he's a dirtbag.
He's a very unlikable
Not a cool
human
guy.
being.
Not a cool guy.
Anybody that's dealt with him knows.
Yeah, no, he's
a jerk.
He's not great.
Yeah,
really?
He's really.
He's not great.
He's
You think
really
he makes it
kind
to
of
the
a
Hall of
red-ass
Fame?
jerk.
No, I
Even when he dies.
I think that's different. I think that they have tried to create a path for him to get in.
I agree.
That he refuses to
He will
take.
not. They're leaving breadcrumbs
Yes.
for him. Do this and then do this and
what
then
do
do
they want him
this
to
and
do?
you'll get in.
Just stand
Own
down.
it.
Just stand down.
Just say I
and
did it?
Own
Yeah.
it. Or
Yeah.
not. He kind of has said he's done it, but then it's that stuff like he'll get into it with some random reporter that's just like, now we got to restart the clock again because you were acting crazy.
Yeah.
And he just won't chill.
He won't back down. I always thought that they're going to put him in, but after he's gone, so he won't be able to enjoy it.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah.
I
Because he
wouldn't
has to
surprised
be,
about
right?
that.
How many hits?
4,000.
No one.
something.
Yeah.
No one will
100
ever
and-
eclipse
I'd have
that.
to see him in his sweatsuit to know the exact number. 'cause it's,
That's on his sweatsuit.
It's sewn into
Exactly.
the, the breast of his sweatsuit. Today is National Make Your Bed Day. Do you make your bed every morning?
Every morning. First one of the day.
I do not. Making your bed is very overrated. I
don't
kind of like crawling into the big mess
The
of
mess?
covers. Oh yeah. Now I'll be honest. I'm not the bed maker in our house. The bed
Okay.
always is made, but if I was not with one, the bed would not be made every day.
But see, I don't like to make the bed, but I will make the bed because when it's time to get back in the bed, I need it nice and
See, I
organized.
like all
like it
those
made,
covers
yes.
all over the place. That's
so,
good.
DeMarco, when you're on the road,
Yes.
Michael, as soon as we get in, hangs a do not disturb on his door and does not want the maids coming in at all. I want maid service as many times a day as they'll offer.
I thought about you in Houston. I
Yeah.
did. I left $20
Right.
for 3 days. Is that too much?
$20
or-
for 3
that's
days?
good.
Is that too much or too
No,
little?
that's
2 days.
That's
2
good.
sleeps.
2
Yeah.
sleeps.
Oh yeah, that's more than
$10
generous.
a day is
rate,
great.
Ireland?
What's that?
What's the rate to tip the maid?
A minimum $5 a day because
Yeah.
they get paid nothing. They're the
$5
lowest
a day,
paid
okay.
people in the thing. $10 a day to Marco is good. I try even if I stay one night.
Do you tip nightly when they come through, or do
No,
you just leave it at the end?
end.
Really? Because you could have a different woman every day.
Yeah, but I figure they're like
They
bartenders.
pool?
They pool.
Yeah, right. You can assume that.
I always see the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true.
So, but yeah, I know. Right at the end of the trip, I normally do what DeMarco did. If I'm there 2 nights, I'll throw $20.
Yeah. Juan carries around $5 bills when we go on
Mason
vacation.
doesn't carry cash.
I don't carry cash
Ever?
But no, I don't.
What do you got on you right now?
Let's see. What do
My
I-
wife cleaned me out today, so I'm less. But
You
she doesn't,
too?
She doesn't carry
Oh,
cash
I do
either.
have some money. I have
you got-
$70.
Nice.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Cash is the I'm in trouble and I need some help solution.
I-
You're
I-
not Venmoing somebody
I
that
cannot.
can
Yeah, I don't
extricate
understand
you
how
from a
Mason
program.
and Lisa, my wife, do it. I feel completely
Naked.
naked if I don't have cash.
Without cash.
Me too.
Okay. Yes.
How
me
much
too.
do you? What's the thing like? Okay, I'm okay.
I'm gonna be pretty. My wife literally said to me when she walked out today, she goes, "I'm taking money." By the way, doesn't announce how much.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
Announce,
Take
Could
I
be
assume
5,
all.
could be
Probably
500.
very low right now.
If,
Yes.
if you have $40
she
in
got
your
me some
wallet, you
ones.
feel good?
No, I got 100 in here.
100.
Oh, yeah.
I got $200
Oh.
and $7.
That sounds right.
Yes. Enough to get home.
Yeah.
We were interviewing.
Some walking around money.
There you go.
Don King came in to do the show one day. And
Only in America.
Right. And so he's promoting a fight. I forget what the fight is. And it's when I was working with Jim. And Jim does an interview with him. And somehow we got into a conversation like this.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim asks Don, how much money do you have on you right now? And he goes, none. And Jim's like, really? Nothing? And he goes, no, I don't really carry cash. It's just not.
And this was a long time ago.
This was before any of the payment services.
This was in the late 90s.
Pre-Venmo, pre all that.
Pre-internet.
And so we
right.
we go to a break, and Jim says something along the line. I forget exactly what he said, because I'm really surprised you don't carry cash. And he had an assistant named Elizabeth who was with him. And
She's carrying the cash.
And he goes, Elizabeth, give me the roll.
The
roll. It was a wad of money. And he says
that's how you know you're rich, when you've got somebody to actually carry your money for you.
And he goes, you think I'm telling anybody I'm rolling around with this? He goes, there'll be a line of people waiting for me. I'm not telling anybody.
Well, no, he's actually smart. So Gary Payton told me a story once that he had left Seattle, and I think he was playing in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And he was walking around, and he goes, man, I'm normally got my head on a swivel, and I'm really smart, and I got jacked on the street. I go, what did he take? He goes, took all my money. I go, well, how bad was it? He goes, $35K.
Woo! 35,000?
He had $35K in cash on him. I don't know if he'd gone to a casino.
That's got to be heavy.
You can see that.
Yeah.
And I went, why'd you? I didn't want to. He was obviously upset. I go, I started to go, what? You had $35K on you? He goes, yeah, man. He goes, you never know what's going to come up. I go, well, obviously that came out.
So this is a story that very well could be apocryphal, but I have no idea. So when I was working with Tom Snyder, Tom used to live in New York and did the news there, et cetera, and used to go to Belmont and play the horses.
Right.
So one day, Tom hits the, I don't know, superfecta or whatever it was, and won $20,000. So he's got $20,000 cash going back to his apartment in Manhattan, and somebody sticks him up.
Oh.
And he claims that he said to the guy, look, it is your lucky day. I have $20,000 from the track. I will split it with you. And the guy accepted the split.
Why not take it all?
I have no idea, because it was so much money.
Yeah.
It was so much money.
He had a
He said,
benevolent
I'll make a deal with you. Here's $10K, and I won't call the police.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is the first benevolent stick-up artist I've ever heard of. I'm not going to take it all.
I'll make a deal.
That's bad luck.
Oh, it is.
So you guys, you got to hit the thing.
I do have to hit the thing.
Hit the thing.
Jorge, hit the thing.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
John, you were about to say.
Yeah, you guys earlier were talking about, DeMarco, I think it was you said there was one team that looked to you like it was kind of ahead of everybody else, and you mentioned the Niners.
Yeah, we were talking about the Niners, yes.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I think there's a second team.
The Chiefs?
Think about it. No.
Who?
That looked like ready, playoff ready right now.
Not the Chiefs.
No.
And not the Niners.
No. And I was shocked this team looked as good as it did.
Philly?
Dallas.
Dallas.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
no shock. Yes.
Either Cleveland is really, really bad.
I think that's
or
true.
Dallas is really, really good.
I think part of that is true. Wasn't it weird to see Zeke Elliott back there?
Yeah,
as the starting
Like
Isn't that
he
wild?
That time machine.
Yes.
Ran for a touchdown
yes,
in that game.
And looked good doing it. Yes.
Their
Dallas.
defense looked good.
Why do people sleep on Dak Prescott? Because he can't win in the postseason?
Correct.
Stuff. But the guy puts up numbers every single year.
He does, but he's had his worst moments when the most people are watching.
Yeah, this is true.
The big D in Dallas stands for devastation.
Devastation.
So I think the Cleveland part is why maybe I don't think that they're on that level, because Deshaun Watson's that bad.
He's so bad.
You know what I mean? Like
You're clamoring for Jameis Winston.
If they were playing a team that had a functioning quarterback and they looked that good, it's like, okay. Yeah, I would like to see them again, and they play the Saints this weekend, so we'll see.
And everybody's suggesting that this is coming, if the Browns bench Deshaun Watson, is it, I'm trying to think of what was a more expensive benching. would it be Russell Wilson last year or Deshaun Watson this
Oh,
year?
Deshaun Watson was the second highest paid player in the league, second most guaranteed money.
Yeah, but Russ had over $100 million guaranteed last year. Deshaun still has over $100 million guaranteed.
I think he does.
I had it this week, but he's
dead cap hit. If they decided to get rid of him, it's like $129 million.
You can't cut him. You just have to bench him. You have to bench him.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not. He's not
We've
good.
seen this movie, and it's Russ from last
Yes,
year.
he's
when
just
Sean
not
Payton
good.
Just gave up on Russell Wilson.
He reminds me of, remember how fast Cam Newton fell off a cliff?
Yeah.
Same thing. Shoulder. I don't think he can do it anymore.
He looks like that guy in Houston. Well, that was 3 years ago.
I know.
It's been a long time since he was a high-level guy.
A buddy of mine works at the NFL Network. He's a huge Browns fan. I was texting with him over the weekend, and he doesn't think it's Deshaun's fault. He says it's the offensive line's fault. He said that, and my response to him
I would
was,
hate blocking for him.
well, my response was, so didn't Flacco have the same offensive line last year? He said, no, both tackles are new. They have injuries similar to the Rams on the offensive line.
Okay,
It sounds like a lot of coping.
But my argument would be the same as yours, John. It's like maybe it's not the exact same guys, but Deshaun Watson didn't just play with this group. He played with last year's group, and he's terrible with those guys, too.
He bails out too fast. No patience in the pocket. He's just not playing well right now.
I made the joke yesterday to Marco. It's almost like the original Space Jam movie when the Monstars came down and took the talent from Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley and those guys. And
he left all his talent at the massage table.
Right.
Which one?
Yeah, which one is a good question. Yeah.
He likes a massage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I blame Cleveland. How do you give him that deal without vetting him properly?
They knew all the stuff about him.
They didn't care about the stuff. They thought they were still a good football player. That's
what they thought.
That he can play his way out of it.
I don't think they got him into the building and said, oh, my gosh, he has got all these problems personally. I think they're like, we don't care about that. Come on in here and get us to our first Super Bowl ever. And they got a bad player.
They were desperate.
But that's the type of contract that gets coaches
people
and
fired.
GMs fired.
Yes. Guarantee. If you have to put that on the bench or eat it, everybody's fired.
Yep.
We're starting over. And you can't fire the owner. Wish you could.
By the way, who's the first coach that gets fired?
This year?
Sirianni.
It won't. No, they're good.
They're going to be good.
Do you see Saquon?
If they struggle, it's going to be Sirianni in a minute.
I think you got to look across the river.
New York?
I think it's Brian Daboll.
Brian Daboll.
Bad
they look pretty
as
bad.
you can look.
They look pretty bad.
And the Carolina guy's brand new, so you can't fire him right away. But he may be a one and done guy. I think Daboll and maybe the GM who let Saquon walk are both on the hot seat.
Caught him on tape on Hard Knocks.
That
too,
should
where
not
he's
have
like,
gotten
if he
out.
goes, he goes, and that's a whole mess.
By the way, you know who the favorite is to be fired first?
Dennis Allen.
Mike McCarthy.
Robert Saleh.
That's
That's a good choice.
I told you.
That's a good choice.
He gave too much power to Aaron Rodgers.
But I think with
Aaron
Robert
Rodgers
Saleh,
takes it.
they seem to be committed to this for a year to see if it sinks or swims. You know, like if the Jets don't make the playoffs this year, I agree that Saleh's gone.
Yeah.
I don't see him getting fired mid-season. I could see Daboll getting fired mid-season.
He's been bad.
They're going absolutely nowhere.
The reason I said Sirianni is I saw something when they were playing on opening night. He's the first head coach ever to have both coordinators be new 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Without the head coach
He's a grinder
going
now.
through as well.
Yeah.
And there's expectations there. And when that stuff starts bubbling up during the offseason, it's like, hey, you're on the hot seat before you've even gotten started. That's always the kiss of death, right? How's the hot seat hot before we've even played a game?
He seems like one of those never happy coaches. Even if you're winning, he's never happy. Something's always going to be wrong. That grinds on you.
But the thing that was weird about the Jets-Niners game was Robert Saleh was a former defensive coordinator for the Niners.
Yeah.
You would think he would know what they were going to run, and their defense looked awful.
With a $100 million D tackle.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was listening today, and apparently, Travis, you are immune to pep talks. You are immune to, come on, let's run through a wall.
He's not a rah-rah.
I'm immune to that. What I do respond to is kind of inspirational things.
Okay.
Hard luck stories, people overcoming that.
Okay.
That resonates with me. But we're lions and we never back up, and the lion
bite
hunts
him in
is
the kneecaps.
Right? Not for me.
Works for me.
It works for me,
Love
too.
it. Yes,
not for me.
Dan Campbell, from the moment he started biting kneecaps, I was like, that guy's got it going on.
When Ray Lewis was playing for the Ravens, and Ray Lewis had his whole pregame routine where he dance and drag his hand on the ground, the Ray
Squirrel
Lewis dance, right?
Yeah.
And Flacco is standing behind him, and Flacco just kind of goes, just eye rolls. I'm Joe Flacco in this situation.
Right. Everybody has their thing.
Yeah.
You better not throw a
There's
pick.
a famous story about there's a famous Laker game, NBA Finals game in June of 1985. Game 1, the Memorial Day Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
Celtics 148, Lakers 114.
Wow.
Now, you have to remember that the year before, the Lakers should have won the title in 84. They won 3 games by an average of 17 points per game. The Celtics won 4 games by an average of 6. So it was like a super tight series. They blew it in Game 7. They get back to the finals a year later. And the Lakers just get boat raced. It's over from the beginning. Final 148 to 114, and everybody goes, well, the Celtics just have the Lakers number. And Pat Riley walks into the locker room before Game 2, and he said, every once in a while, he goes, I wasn't very close with my dad, but one of the last things he told me before he died unexpectedly of a heart attack is very few times in life do you have to plant your feet and show the world who you are. And you have to, when those moments come, realize that you're in one. He goes, man, you're in one. He said, there is no one in this country other than the people in this room that think we're going to come back and beat the Celtics. And he goes, every once in a while, you have to take a stand and say, I'm not moving. And tonight's that night. And if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. And he walked out.
That's a good one.
Now, did that work on you?
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
See?
That's a good one.
They won Game 2.
Yeah.
They came back and won the series in 6 games. They ended the Celtics curse. They had lost, and they won it in Boston.
Yeah.
And every Showtime Laker will tell you that they still repeat that,
To that
story
day.
today.
But okay, that's a good one because that is what's inside
grounded
you.
in
That's
reality.
not there's no animal in the animal kingdom that
Come on,
backs
you're a-
up.
yeah. You're a lion.
That's
You're a
awesome.
tiger.
No, it's not.
It's
I
awesome.
like Riley's
Apex
version.
Riley's was great.
I like Riley's version.
It was
a lot
missing
better.
one animal reference, but other than that, it
Yeah,
was
I'm-
terrific.
I'm no Jack
Did you
Hanna.
see me put
over
on the
here.
eye black when you were selling that story?
Yeah,
I'm ready to go. Let's
exactly.
go.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Come on.
Otani looked pretty good in the bullpen again last night.
Yeah, I know. But I saw the video of people just gathered around the bullpen to watch.
I'm with DeMarco, by the way. I
am
think
too.
I think if the doctors clear him, I want the doctors on my side. If the doctors clear him and say there's no reason this guy can't pitch 2 or 3 innings, he's in my bullpen for the playoffs.
I'm
I'm
100%.
with you.
If
We're
the
all there.
doctors clear him,
Yeah.
there's no reason for him not to pitch.
But the doctors clearly have at least cleared him to the point where he can go full speed in the bullpen.
Right.
What the hell's the difference?
But the question is, though,
Well, there's a difference between pitching a bullpen session and throwing a
yeah,
live
it's.
game.
I mean, it's been a year off of
physiology,
his
it's not.
second Tommy John
I-
over
You're the
a
only one of
year.
the 4 of
Who
us that's ever
knows?
pitched in a
No,
game.
what I'm saying is that when you're going full speed in the bullpen, your body is experiencing the same thing if I'm pitching to a hitter.
Right.
Now, maybe the rest in between is a little different and things like that, but if Oral said to us on Friday, he looked like he's ready to go. And he very clearly said, I'm not saying that's what
all
they're
I
going to
need.
do.
Right. Oral said it,
But he
yeah.
said he looked like he's ready to go. He threw another bullpen yesterday, 4 or 5 days later. He looked pretty darn good. And I'm not saying you start him. I'm not saying anything. But if he says, guys, you need me to get 3 outs a couple of times in a series,
Heck yeah.
I can do it.
He should volunteer.
Why the
Well,
hell
he
not?
is pitching. We don't know how he's pitching.
Right,
What do you mean?
and
You
I
won't know till you see him
Trev,
in a
I don't
game.
think he's pitched to a live hitter yet.
He hasn't.
No.
He's throwing bullpens. But again, this is a guy that is an ace. This is a guy that has shown up in big moment, WBC, like out of the bullpen.
Right.
Just here it comes, see if you can hit
Yeah,
it.
I mean, look, if the doctors clear him, there's no reason why he shouldn't. I mean, anybody that the doctors
Would you-
clear, you can
What
play.
if
Let's
Otani
assume-
said, I want to pitch, regardless of what they say?
Only the doctors.
Regardless
only
of-
the doctors.
only the doctors.
You got sometimes in that case, Otani wants to pitch. Doctors say no. You've got to protect Otani from himself.
From the doctors say, look, he can pitch, but the risk goes up. But I think he can pitch. It's up to him if he feels
There's
out there.
There's
Yeah.
a comp here. In 2019, Steven Strasburg was basically unhittable.
Yep.
And you remember his whole career, he had a pitch limit.
Yep.
Because he had Tommy John at San Diego State. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. Everybody know how good he was. Washington just decided, for one playoff run, we're taking the shackles off. We're going to let him pitch whenever he wants. And he pitched him to the World Series, the one and only Washington Nationals World Series. Never the same again after.
Done.
Nope.
Yep.
True.
Now I don't know if the doctors cleared him. I assume they did, but that's the cautionary tale.
But Strasburg can't hit.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
exactly
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
if let's say that exact same scenario plays out and his arm is never quite the same again, but you do win the World Series, so what do you have left? Well, you have the best offensive player in the league left. Now he's $70 million, might be a high price to play for a one-way guy, But
think about
real
it. Are you
World
talking
Series
about
since
bringing
88?
him in for
relief? He's a
for
bullpen.
relief.
He is a bullpen deploy, extremely strategically.
I know you are not big on this Dodgers bullpen, but the Dodgers bullpen has been really good. They've got the 5th best earned run average in Major League Baseball, 305. You'd look at those guys. I mean, last night it was clean. If it weren't for the errors, it would have been clean.
Phillips got screwed by the defense.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
And otherwise, they were all lights out.
The defense has been pretty.
It's been pretty good. Gratterall did not give up any runs,
but gave up 2 hits.
They barreled him 5 times in one inning.
Yeah, he's probably not in that postseason.
Joe Kelly has not pitched.
Joe Kelly's he's not on the trust tree.
Banda broke his hand because he got mad.
Banda, I think they've used him up.
He broke his hand last night.
Yeah, he punched
the wall or punched something.
He's done.
Yeah.
Well, he was done before he punched the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, but you're okay. So,
but the only reason I wonder is he's left-handed.
Right.
So where do you go now for a situational lefty?
Vesey is their only other guy.
Vesey is the guy.
Yeah.
Vesey has been great.
Vesey's
Phillips
been really
has been good. Kopech has been good.
Kopech's been great.
Who else is on that
Trinan
trust tree? Trinan can be really, really good.
He
the
can.
depth of
Did you
slider
watch
is
him last
impressive.
night? He threw a couple of balls that were flat out unhittable.
Right.
He also threw a couple that were not
the
like
opposite.
when Blake Trinan is what you're thinking of. Nobody can hit him.
The heaviest slider in the league.
But he also, that velo that used to be 96, 97, 98, he's like down in the mid-90s. He threw a couple of balls last night, those sliders that were in the mid-80s.
So you're saying, but again, you think it'll be the bullpen that takes him down?
I do. I think that's the
I
weak
do not.
spot.
I think that if there's a weak spot, it is the starting rotation, like it was last year. Thank God Lance Lynn isn't on the roster.
Yamamoto, knocking
on wood.
Oh
Tyler Glass now threw a bullpen
Knocking
yesterday.
on wood. And Flaherty.
And
Flaherty.
That's a very formidable.
That's good 1, 2, 3.
That if Yamamoto looks anything like he looked last night.
Yeah.
If Glasnow, let's say the best version of Glasnow, you get 80% of that.
Yep.
Not so bad.
Nope.
Not so bad. Flaherty, Liz Flaherty. Okay, I got 5 innings from each of those guys. Now I got to get the next 4.
Yeah, and you might get more than 5 from Flaherty and
Maybe.
Glasnow.
Yeah,
Probably not
Flaherty
from
threw
Yamamoto.
7 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So you could get more out of
7
Flaherty.
is really rare.
Yamamoto, I don't think you'll get 7 out of. Glasnow, you probably won't get 7 out of.
No, I think 6 is your dream
6 is
scenario
the
for
number.
those. That's still 3 innings and multiple nights in a row.
Yeah.
That's the part. It's not that they can't have a good night.
Yeah.
It's you're going to pitch Vezia, Phillips, Trinan, and Kopech. You got 4 guys that you kind of trust, right?
Yeah.
Every night you're going to have to. That's them going every night.
By the way, who was that center fielder for the Cubs last
Oh my
night?
God!
Oh,
Yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong. He's
Crow
awesome.
Armstrong.
I mean,
Wesley.
that
It's like
dude,
he had Velcro on his
From
nose.
LA.
Yeah, that dude, like, you
Baller.
hit anything in either gap, it was caught.
No, he's
He stole the Muncie
wizard.
home run
His
without question.
his parents are actors that you would recognize.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. They've told the story the
Crow?
last couple of nights. His mom was in, what was the NBC series I want to say? The Heroes. I think his mom was in Heroes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And his dad, they're both
They met as
known
actors.
actors.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Travis, you got the rest of the day in front of you, right?
Okay.
Okay. I want you to find your inner tiger, your inner lion.
You got a little tiger print on
And then
today.
I want you to run through the next wall that you see. Come on, let's do it.
Attack.
Let's do it. Trav.
There's 2 speeches that'll work for you.
Yeah.
2 movie speeches.
Okay.
The first one is, and they took the cuss words out because it got Disneyed up.
Miracle. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
At
To
the
your
end.
grave.
It's a great
Well,
one.
yeah, Mike
you will
Ruzioni
regret
told-
it for the rest of your
life.
Well, Mike Ruzioni told that story when he was on with us
Yes.
once, and he said that he goes, it was even shorter than that. He said he walked in before. Was the last game against Sweden or Finland?
Finland, I believe.
I think it's
okay,
Sweden.
yeah.
One of the two. So
it's
they
one
beat
of them
Scandinavia.
one of them Nordic
Scandinavia.
countries.
was Finland.
They beat the Russians.
Yes.
And the place is going crazy, and he walks in before the gold medal game, and he goes, if you guys F up this game, you will take it to your effing grave.
Yes.
And then he walks towards the door, and he turns around, and he goes, your effing graves. And he walks out the door. And Ruzioni goes, we all looked at each other, and he said, okay, let's go play.
I'm okay. See, okay, we're going to make a distinction. I like the Riley one. I like that because you're not giving me some animal metaphor about how to hunt in the wild. It's like, no,
An
man.
elephant. Yeah, a rhino.
Right.
You're going to bull right through that wall.
The other one,
By the way, it was to be respectful to all the Finns. It was Finland.
Finns.
Okay,
It was Finland. Yeah.
So, Trav, the other one you got to watch is Al Pacino at the end of Any Given Sunday when he gives the speech about the inch.
Yeah.
He goes, "Did that work for you, DeMarco?"
It did. It did.
He goes,
He was
"There were
good.
inches all over
All
that
over
field.
the
If
place.
you look around, they're all over. On this
All
team,
over.
we'll fight
Con-
for that
Con-
inch. And I think if you look at the guy next to you, you'll see in his eyes that he'll fight with you. Now let's go fight."
Yeah, Coach.
You ready? Come on, Travis. Doesn't that fire you up?
Jump in.
Let's
Crosstalk
go.
is brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.